re-sign Bo Bichette?
I think probably no, but they could.
So who would you rather have? I heard Steve Phillips say he'd rather have Bo Bichette.
I'd rather have Kyle Tucker.
Steve Phillips says the other way around.
I understand that, and Steve's a very smart guy. Look, Bo's a better all-around hitter.
I think they're getting both.
He leads the American League. Wow. I love your optimism.
I think they're getting both. They're getting
both.
They're getting a no-hitter, and they're winning the World Series.
You're a positive guy, man.
Mark it down.
I'm really fired up now. How about that?
We got 30 seconds left now, and you're
buddy,
fired up. I asked you at the beginning of the show to be fired up for this episode because you started low, but you've ended high.
Cortisol's through the roof. You pushed me there, Coach.
I did.
You pushed me there, Coach.
I'm advising.
The Reg Dunlop jacket. I love it. We're going to the Aces. I love it. All right, everybody. Remember, you can find this show on YouTube, all your favorite podcast apps, on Rogers TV. We really appreciate it. Follow us on social media at InstigatingPod. Thanks to Jason Brooks of the Sarnia Sting for joining us. Really appreciate everybody listening to and watching. As always, Instigating with Clarkie and Jury. We'll be back next week.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
Are you a passionate content creator ready to expand your audience reach? Do you have unique stories, captivating hobbies, or special interests that deserve a spotlight? Rogers TV is here to amplify your voice within the community. We offer you the platform to broadcast your content to a wider audience. And the best part, it's completely free. Don't miss this opportunity to share your vision and engage with viewers. Find out how Rogers TV can transform your content journey today.
You're watching Rogers TV, Grey County.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome inside the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center for tonight's Ontario Hockey League game between the Owen Sound Attack and the visiting Erie Otters. It's a very rare Friday night game here inside the Bayshore, but every year Erie does this back-to-back Friday and Saturday, and this is the weekend that they're choosing to do it here in Owen Sound. Looking forward to what should be an exciting game between these two teams, especially two teams that made a trade earlier this season. We'll talk lots about that coming up throughout the game tonight, but right now Spencer Byers with me up here in the booth while our good friend Mark McKelvey is petting kangaroos in Australia. We won't see Mark again until after the Christmas break, but Spencer, tell us what your keys to the victory are for tonight's game.
Well, a big key right now for the Erie Otters is Noah Erlin and Noah's arc. He's making his 7th straight start, his 10th start in 11 games for him, so he's been a big part for this Erie Otters team, and he'll need to continue to have Noah Erlin be their best player. They also top heavy. Their top line continues to be their most productive line, and easily their 3 most productive players. Dylan Edwards, 31 points. Michael Deck, 28 points. Former attack player Gabe Frasca has 26 points. No one has more than 13 points other than those 3 guys. They need that top line to produce again tonight to get the win tonight. Well, for Owen Sound, George Form, he's been struggling. Last 3 games he's lost has Carter George. They could really use Carter to get back to form as he goes most likely, I'll say, to the World Juniors, as that camp will be announced on the 8th of December, so this will be his last set of games before they come back. And Pierce Party, I believe he has 17 points in 7 games against the Erie Otters in his OHL career. He had 5 in the first matchup against the Erie Otters this year, JC, so he'll be another big piece for this attack team to get a win against Erie.
Yeah, Pierce Mbuyi's been so mean to the Erie Otters. I'm surprised PETA hasn't started a protest against him. The Otters, of course, have won 3 of their last 4 games, including a game in Kitchener Tuesday night. They've actually been here since Tuesday night after they won that game, so they've had lots of downtime in the Scenic City. Owen Sound, meanwhile, 1 win in their last 4, and that came on Sunday against the Kingston Frontenacs. It is Toys for Tots night here at the Bay Shore. Big thank you to the Owen Sound firefighters for collecting toys during the game here tonight, and thank you to everyone that attended tonight and has brought a brand new unwrapped toy. Now let's set it down to ice level to PA announcer Fred Wallace.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the of Canada, our home and native land. True patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true North, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Our thanks to Sullivan Community School of Hockey, and that's where it is for our Owen Sound left service skater tonight.
Well, a fantastic job by Sullivan School performing both national anthems before the game here tonight. Erie Otters are in town for 2 this weekend. As mentioned, they've been here for a few days now, having some time to adjust to what's becoming another snowy gray Bruce winter.
That it is.
Spencer Byers, let's meet our starting goaltenders tonight.
Well, over in the Erie cage for the, as we mentioned, 7th straight time, Noah Erliden. The OA goalie has a .904 save percentage. Has appeared in 20 games this year. .904 save percentage. He's been a big reason why Erie's really turned this season around in the last couple of weeks. While in the opposite cage, it's Carter George, who is making what will most likely be his last start, unless he makes an appearance tomorrow in the rematch of tonight's game at 7 p.m. tomorrow, as the World Junior Camp will be announced on the 8th of December, and all of us expect Carter will be announced, of course, as one of the goalies to go. So Carter George will make maybe that final appearance with a .900 save percentage, a 9-8 record, and he really looks to lock down that starting goalie for Canada at the World Juniors upcoming.
Should be a good goalie battle here tonight for sure. Hopefully a nice send-off for Carter George. Look at there, Michael Deck and Wesley Royston facing off against each other. They were traded for each other earlier this season as the attack needed to address a little bit of size in their forward unit, and the Otters needed a scoring touch, and it seems like both teams have gotten what they were hoping for. We'll talk more about that during game notes in the second intermission tonight, but here come the attack now. Royston tried to get there. It was broken up. Sent back to Mbuyi now. Mbuyi digging for it. It's going to get poked by him. He'll have to come back to get it, but as he does, a penalty is called. It looks like it might actually be against Wesley Royston, who takes an early penalty against his former team, 2 for cross-checking, and Wes is in the box not even 30 seconds into this game.
27 seconds is all it took for Wesley Royston to nab a cross-checking minor as he tried to go physical on Dylan Edwards, and Edwards was a little too close to the boards there and went head first. And pretty obvious cross-checking call will send Erie to a early power play, JC, but they are not exactly potent on the power play. I believe they're currently 16th in the OHL at just above 17%.
Otters working it around. That one's poked out by George. Sent down the ice now by the attack. Erliden is out to stop it. Erie will get it back up through center. Just inside the line now. Otters trying to set it up, but Jake Crawford breaks that up, and he comes back with it shorthanded for the attack. He's got Noah Nelson with him. Nelson a shot, and he wired that one over the blocker of Noah Erliden. And the attack getting an early shorthanded chance here.
Yeah, both these teams currently ranked 16th in power play and penalty kill respectively. You see there on your screen, the attack are currently 16th at 75.2%. They have 4 shorthanded goals on this season, while on the Erie side, they are 16th at 17.4% on the power play, while allowing 5 shorties against.
Attack control at center now. It's Noah Roberts who'll fire it in. Erliden out to play it. Sends it ahead. Now they'll readjust here. Misiak sent it back behind his own goal. It's sent ahead now for Misiak, who breaks up the left wing. Now trying to split the pairing there between Roberts and DeLille. Didn't work. And now Tristan DeLille comes up with it. And here's DeLille shorthanded. Races in on Erliden. Tried to get it to the backhand. It was knocked off his stick. And a penalty coming here against Erie. A slashing call. I believe this is going to go against Brett Hammond, who is being escorted to the Erie penalty box.
Yeah, grid break here by Tristan DeLille, keeping that puck in front of him. And I'm almost surprised they didn't call it a penalty shot there, because he was on a clear break. But you saw there the slashing on the hands, and pretty obvious when they're there for the referee to make. And now we're 4-on-4, JC, for about 57 seconds.
A lot of space out there on that ice for two teams that have some very talented players. We certainly know how good Michael Deck can be if you give him some space. Puck given over to Lenny Greenberg. Now Greenberg takes a check there, turns back. Greenberg gets it across to Noah Roberts. Roberts now back to Greenberg. Greenberg looking for Mbuyi. It's 4-on-4 as it's picked up by Cole Zarowski. Zarowski slashed and knocked down, and that's going to be another penalty. Oh boy, the officials are not letting much go tonight as we got a tripping call.
Not even 2 minutes into the contest, and that's our 3rd penalty of the night. It's going by way of Oliver Turner, who will get the trip. And again, a pretty obvious one, JC, you could say, is Zarowski tried to split all 4 Erie Otters. You see there, all 4 on your screen, and yeah, took a good whack at the legs of the stick in between the feet, and Zarowski goes down. So now 4-on-3.
Well, the penalty minute stat line is already filling up here as we've now just hit 2 minutes into this game. Greenberg drops it back for Mbuyi. Mbuyi, as Spencer mentioned, a Otter killer. 16 points in 7 games for Pierce Mbuyi. He's already got 5 in their only meeting this season, as does Harry Nancy. Back for Greenberg now. Mbuyi sent it back across. There's Sikora, and he got that one deflected up and over the net. Picked back up by the Bears now. Sikora to Greenberg. Greenberg, a shot through traffic. Rebound. That's Tristan DeLille on the doorstep. Got it back to Mbuyi, now to DeLille down low. Tried to feed it through to Sikora. It was blocked there. Gabe Frasca in the mix as Greenberg picks it up. Now back to Mbuyi. Mbuyi, top of the circle, down for DeLille. Back to Mbuyi. Mbuyi to DeLille. Trying to get a shot here. Greenberg to Mbuyi. Glove save made, and then Erliden knocked the rebound aside into the corner. Nice save there by number 1 for the Otters. Now it's Sikora, top of the circle, over to Harry Nancy. Nancy now out to DeLille, a shot save made by Erliden. That was a sharp save on the power play. Attack 5-on-3 right now. It's Greenberg now over to Mbuyi. Mbuyi couldn't get it to go. Back to Greenberg. These two have been on the ice for a while now. Sikora down to Nancy. Nancy tried to feed it through the crease. Didn't work. Nancy's got it back to Sikora. Another Otter about to step on the ice. Can they get one more chance here? Nancy has some trouble with it. There's a cross feed that missed Mbuyi. Otters have a man back. It's Hammond now, and Greenberg had to be careful with him coming out of the box. It's a 5-on-4 for 10 more seconds. Here's a chance. Nancy back to Mbuyi. Centered it, but nobody home. Falling there was Hughes as they get it back to the attack line. Otters are all even again. We're 5-on-5. Haven't been 5-on-5 since 27 seconds into this period, but it's even strength now as it's carried and sent in by John Banks. Erliden out to stop it. Crawford bumped with his man behind the goal. Otters digging for it now. It's Fraser. Up the boards. Banks came in to keep it alive. Played back there by Crawford. Now Banks has it. Banks working the perimeter shot and a save made by Erliden. That's his 5th of the period so far. He's been tested often. Now in the corner, that's Greenberg trying to send that out front. Actually, correction, make that Caden Taylor. Skipped by the defense, and now the attack have to regroup. This one on to Erliden. He'll stop it up, but he's got to be quick as Noah Nelson was forechecking. Now Nelson has it out to Taylor. Another save made by Erliden. Crawford gets it back to Benkowski on the point. There's a shot that was blocked. Braden Rogers had it go off of Hammond. Hammond in a little bit of pain as he gets to the Erie bench. Puck sent in now. It's Sari behind the net. Sari trying to feed it out. Another miscue by the Otters keeps them in their own zone. Now Max DeLille knocked it out to the side of the net. Erliden will freeze it. And probably good to get a stoppage here for both these teams. What a wild first 5 minutes, Spencer.
Very hemmed in right now are the Erie Otters, and it really started off that 5-on-3 that was at first a 4-on-3 because they really hemmed him into the attack, and you're going to see the most recent chance here. Nelson gets it in front, and a great save there by Noah Erliden on a crashing Caden Taylor. He's been really sharp tonight, and again, they needed him to be.
That's Hughes in the face-off dot up against Max DeLille. Attack have possession for now as Jackman will send it below the goal line. Easton Mikas in there to help out. Gets it back to Rogers on the point. Over to Elliot Arnott. Arnott shot wide of the goal. Mikas was coming in to look for a loose puck. Otters will turn it back now, and it's Hughes off to the races. Got a man with him. That's Caden Edwards. Couple brother duos on this Erie Otters team, including the Edwards brothers and the Frasca brothers. Should be a nice confusing night on play-by-play as Jackman has it now out to Max DeLille. That's one of the other brothers, but just the one set of brothers on the Owen Sound attack.
Making life a little bit easier, JC. Just a little bit easier.
I don't know. Does anybody else have a brother we should go out and try to get before the Christmas break? You always like to have families together, you know, Spencer. Here's Greenberg walking in now, and that shot was broken up. Nice work there by Fraser. Attack get it back below the goal line. Fraser's got it now. Fraser will send it out, but it's intercepted there by Greenberg. He's got to be careful as two attack are caught inside the Erie zone. Tristan DeLille now watching Fraser. Fraser gets it across. That's Turner. Turner now will send it out to center, but it's blocked there by Mbuyi. Attacker doing a really good job keeping the Otters on this half of the ice so far. Now Michael Deck, the former attack. He's got it behind the Erie net. Gets bumped there by Royston. Greenberg now out with it to center. A little bit of a giveaway there as here's a chance for the attack. That's Frasca now. Deck, there's a shot, a save made by George. Had to be hot. That was Dylan Edwards who got that opportunity. And we get a whistle here, and with that we will take our first timeout of the first period. Attack and the Otters. No score to report for the Bayshore. You're watching Attack Hockey on Rogers TV.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Hi, I'm Carol Merton, host of HealthLink on Rogers TV. HealthLink connects home, community, and healthcare with interesting topics and speakers about your health and your community.
With Rogers TV, you can cheer on the home team from the comfort of your living room. We'll head to the rink, the field, the court, or the pitch, so you don't have to. Tune in and cheer on your local amateur athletes on Rogers TV.
Welcome back here to the Bay Shore. I wanted to highlight Gabriel Frasca. You mentioned his brother Nick also on the team, but Frasca, the captain of this Erie Otters squad, has 26 points in 28 games. He's the first-line center and has been the partner there of Michael Deck since being acquired by the Attack and from the Attack, as well as Dylan Edwards. And he's been a big part of this team. And as an 06, you have to expect that your vets are going to be some of your best players.
Attack now trying to work on getting this out of their zone after the Otters got their first decent scoring chance of the game. Here's a pass over to Bedkowski on the right wing now. Bedkowski circles behind the net, trying to get loose. He finds Harry Nancy back on the opposite point. Sikora keeps that alive. Back to Bedkowski. Bedkowski to Crawford. Crawford bumped there. Nice work by Misiak. Now it's Bedkowski. His shot goes off the leg of Cooper. Probably hit the well-protected part of the shin guard, so Cooper's okay. Sikora now bumped down there by Fraser. Tack still have it alive. It's Bedkowski. Feeds it back. Crawford top of the slot, and a save made by Erliden again. That's his 9th of the period.
He's needing to be sharp. JC has Noah Erliden, and again, he's an OA netminder, so he's not exactly foreign to the idea of having to backstop his squad, but it's been almost all home side here in this opening just about 8 minutes.
Attack definitely have come out of the gates with a decent effort here today. Coach Scott Ray always talks about starting on time. And in addition to starting on time, you also have to be able to play a complete game. Puck sent around the boards inside the attack zone. Caden Taylor is there. Now Taylor sends it ahead. Zarowski gets bumped by Fraser. Murray ended up losing his footing as he hit the attack blue line. Attack have it in the neutral zone now, but it's Hammond for the Otters who sends it back. Braden Rogers being watched there. Hammond has it again for the Otters. Hammond now sends that one to the net. Saved by George. Another shot and another save by George as he makes 2 quick ones in succession.
I think that last one was by Cole Zarowski. I think Zarowski took a wedge at it, took a little swing, and it chipped right into the Carter George glove. We're going to get another look at it here, JC, because you see the first opportunity off the turnover, and you see the first shot there, and yeah, it's Zarowski. So I'm not sure if that counts as a shot in the shot clock.
Wrong net, Cole. Out front, Greenberg sends that one ahead. I know Zarowski will have a good laugh about that later on. Puck sent ahead now. Max DeLille on the wing, puts on the brakes, tried to feed it back through. It was broken up, but DeLille steals it back from Edwards. There's a shot, scores! Easton Mikas picks up a puck out front and roofs it over the shoulder of Noah Erliden. The Attack strike first.
And it's the 4th line, JC. Mikas, Jackman, and Max DeLille who get the opening marker of the game. And you see here, Max DeLille just crosses, tries to make a pass through, then picks up his own giveaway, sliding through and finds a wide open Easton Mikas, who's able to just beat it over the shoulder there of Noah Erliden. So again, just lucky there for Mikas to kind of lull the defense there, trying to stop that puck, and a great shot by Easton Mikas, makes it 1-0 for the Attack. And what worked, though, by Max DeLille to get back his own rebound.
I really like the makeup of that 4th line that Scott Ray and the Attack coaching staff have put together. You've got a guy that works really hard and grinds to get the puck and also to fire up your team like Easton Mikas does. You've got clearly a very skilled player in Max DeLille, who just won a gold medal at the U17s. And then you've got Landon Jackman, who is very slowly finding his goal-scoring touch here at the Ontario Hockey League level. So that's a decent little 4th line for the Attack, again showing the depth that this team has, but they'll have to be careful against this Otters team, who have been hot as of late. Otters send it down. Icing's going to be the call on this one, and we'll bring the face-off back down to the Erie zone.
I guess now, JC, I can mention that I saw, if I'm counting correctly, I think I saw 4 different attack players this morning while I was at my day job. I saw Matthew Kaprowski and Tristan DeLille, then I saw Max DeLille, and then John Banks came in around noon. So I had a good chance to give everybody a good luck charm, I think.
Making sure they've got their caffeine.
Exactly.
Which they definitely will need tonight. And tomorrow night against the Otters. We're going back to back. As the Otters have control now, it's sent in and broken up by Pierce Mbuyi. Otters will keep it in. That was Michael Deck who slid to keep it alive, but the attack get it back out. And now here's Mbuyi. He's got DeLille with him. Jumping into the rushes. Noah Roberts. Roberts a shot glove down by Erliden. He couldn't hold on, though, as now Wesley Royston is trying to get it loose. Got an Erie glove in the corner there. Puck on the sidewall. It's picked up and sent out by Michael Deck. Noah Roberts chasing it down against Dylan Edwards. Puck is sent back to the Erie zone. Trevino on it. He'll look up ice. He sees a Gret there, but it was just out of his reach, and that will be icing against Erie. And the faceoff coming back down to the left of Erliden.
Erie's trying to do anything, JC, to relinquish some of that pressure that Owen Sound's putting on them, and they haven't found any real recipe for success. It's just kind of felt like the ice has been tilted in their end for almost this entire first period now.
Attack will respond with...
And that even includes them being on the power play 30 seconds in.
There's a chance off the faceoff. Bouncing puck, Jake Crawford got it over to Harry Nancy. Nancy takes a shot from Mbuyi along the boards. Crawford races in to help out. Now sent in behind the net. After it is Trevino for the Otters. He'll get it up the boards. Not out, though. Jake Crawford held it in. Crawford puts it back for Sikora. Sikora pinned there. That's a big boy, and Oliver Turner behind the net. Mbuyi in to help out as well. Puck in the corner, poked ahead by Sikora on the point. Now to Elliott. Elliott, Arnett looking for a shot, put it just wide. Crawford tried to send it back. It was intercepted by Mbuyi. Now he's going to walk out with it. Mbuyi through center. Gets over the line, drops it off there. That's a Gret. Puck on the opposite wing. Saria's shot didn't get through to Carter George on the bouncing puck. Now in behind the goal, Elliott Arnett has it. Looks up ice. Sees an option in Jake Crawford, who just puts it right back to Harry Nancy. Attack will enter the zone. Now it's dropped off for Crawford, trying to find some space in the slot. Over to Bedkowski, down to Sikora, walks in, shot save made by Erliden. Sikora tried to get into that tight side of the net, but Erliden read that play well. Back the other way, Fraska put that one on goal, but it was broken up. Make that Kamsick for the Otters with that opportunity. Now here's Caden Taylor, centers it. Zarowski, a save made by Erliden. Oh, he had Cole Zarowski all alone out front, and Erliden made the save. Looked like Zarowski favored his wrist for a moment there, but I think he's okay. Might have just had a piece of equipment move on him.
Lucky icing there, JC, because that means we can quickly jump to the replay of that pass. Caden Taylor gets it. You see Zarowski see him, and what a pass by Caden Taylor. Take a hit to make a play, but Noah Erliden sees the danger early and jumps out at it, and is basically on top of the blue paint when he makes that save. And again, if he doesn't cut that angle down, you almost got to expect a goal scorer like Cole Zarowski is going to bury that one. He's already got 16 goals on the year as the draft-eligible prospect.
Here's Zarowski now walking in. Shot save is made. Erliden got a piece of it. Kamsick now. He's trying to get out the zone. He'll dump it down into the Owen Sound, and another icing called against Erie as they were changing, and they will not be able to complete the change here. That is a tired bunch for the Otters.
Hammond just couldn't beat out the icing there, and again, they just haven't been able to relieve much of the pressure. The shot clock is representing I would say the ebbs and flows so far, JC. 13-4 in favor of the home side.
Now, there are some nights when you can recognize a goalie might be in the zone, and Erliden showing some early signs of that as that one deflects wide. There's another point shot, another save made by Erliden off of Noah Roberts. And now Roberts first back to get it. The Otters finally able to change. Attack trying to enter the zone. Greenberg's got it over the line. went off his stick. Gabe Frasca picks it up, sends it to Trevino. Trevino now will airmail this out to center. Deck took a swipe at it with his foot, but it missed. Roberts back to get it. Greenberg sends it back up the opposite boards. Royston was after it, but it was kept alive by the younger Frasca that time. Now in behind the goal, Noah Roberts has it for the attack. Sent that one in front of the net, goes off the boards and out to center. That's Nick Frasca sending it in. There's Michael Deck now trying to play it through. It's in behind the goal. Gabe Frasca drops it off for Deck. Deck now trying to get around. He does. Deck, backhander just wide of the goal. Nice little move there by Michael Deck to get free. And now here's a turnover. Gabe Frasca's got it. Frasca shot. Stick saved by Carter George. Greenberg now picks it up behind the attack goal. Sent over to Roberts. In behind Wes Royston, so the Otters will regain control. They're over the line now. This is Edwards. That's Dylan Edwards now. That's going to deflect down the ice. Erliden out to keep it alive. Under 6 to go. Otters have it. Little miscue there as Coombs will pick it up. Got it across. That's Turner sending it to Hughes, but that was out of his reach now. And here's Michael Deck off the pass by Bedkowski, and he wires that one wide. Otters now trying to go the other way. Bedkowski sends it ahead for Jackman. Picked up there and sent through by Banks. It's a giveaway. Hughes is on it quickly, but Bedkowski helps recover. Now it's Frazier. Hughes now carries it for the Otters. Over the line, Hughes 1-on-4 there, and that one kicked out by Carter George. Banks trying to break that one up. He does. Sends Sikora to Mikas. Now it's Max DeLille. DeLille turns back, looks for help, feeds it across. Braden Rogers, a one-timer, went off an Erie stick and out of play. And with that, we get a stoppage, and we will take another timeout. Attack leading the Erie Otters by a score of 1-0. You're watching Attack Hockey on Rogers TV.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Welcome back here to the Bay Shore. Spencer Byers and JC Coots up here in the broadcast booth. We'd like to thank Shorty's Grill with Friends for the media room food here tonight. You can see them at 967 3rd Avenue East here in Owen Sound, or call them at 519-376-0044. I'd like you to support them because they support us, and I know everyone was grateful for the food tonight because, again, it's a doubleheader weekend and everyone needs their carb load up before the game.
Oh, yeah. And spaghetti and chicken parm. That's a good time.
And that's going to be delay a game already, JC, right off the TV timeout.
That is some bad luck for Erie, who have found themselves doing a parade to the penalty box here in this opening period. That'll be Tristan Trevino, who will sit for 2 or less.
For the delay of game, and again, JC, right now 0 for 2 on the power play, I believe, are the attacks so far, but they looked really dangerous on it.
Faceoff one back to Mbuyi. He walks in, trying to put that one through, and blocked by Turner. Another chance at the side of the goal, and Erliden, great positioning at the top of his crease, was able to snag that one and halt the attack power play.
That thing got bounced around like a pinball, and for Erliden's sake, it lands right under him, and he's able to get himself on top of it and not let it squirt through because there was a guy behind him as well.
Otters have it off the draw. Greenberg keeps it alive. Got it over to Sikora on the opposite point. Nick Sikora back to Greenberg. Greenberg surveying. Goes to Sikora. Sikora now down to Harry Nancy. Nancy, DeLille, a save made by Erliden again. Oh, DeLille perfectly timed that one-timer, but Erliden has been great this opening period. Back over the line they come. Nancy sends it in behind the Erie nets, and dumped there was Nick Sikora, and we are going to have another penalty called here, and another Otter is off to the box.
And I believe that one will be, sorry there, taking the minor. Julius Sorry there got Nick Sikora right in front of the net, and yeah, right there, cross-check right to the jaw, and he caught him up high, and that sends Owen down to their second 5-on-3 of the night. This time it's 1:20, however, they looked, again, super dangerous on the last one.
It is a lengthy 5-on-3 for the attack power play, which has been decently strong this season. They work it back to Banks on the point. Now Banks walks in, finds a man, it's Taylor, and that one went off the side of the goal. Now it's Crawford in behind the Erie Otters net. Crawford out to Caden Taylor on the point for Banks. Banks looking for an option, finds Taylor. Top of the circle, gets it across. That's Braden Rogers now down low. There's a shot, side of the goal. Save made by Erliden off Zarowski. Zarowski still has it. Now trying to work it loose. He does. Back to Rogers on the point. High man here is Banks. Over to Rogers now. Cross feed there for Taylor. Back to Banks. Caden Taylor, a shot. That one went off the side of the goal. 35 seconds to go in the 5-on-3 advantage for the attack. Zarowski in behind the goal. Zarowski walks out, finds Rogers. Rogers now to Taylor. Back to Rogers. Banks walks in from the blue line, finds Taylor. Taylor out front to Crawford, and he tipped it just wide. Banks has it again for the attack. 15 seconds on the 5-on-3. Walking in, shot saved, made Erliden. Rebound saved again. Taylor, a shot, he scores! Caden Taylor! 8 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. Attack will remain on the power play, and they're up by 2.
Caden Taylor, I think, just ripped the monkey off his back. That's only his second goal on the campaign. His 9th point for the one of the newest members of the Owen Sound attack. And you're going to see here Zarowski just power play there at the net. Crawford takes a whack at it, comes right out to Taylor, who just fires it as it looked like in the way there was Oliver Turner, who may have restricted his own netminder's ability to save that one for poor Noah Erliden, and that will make it 2-0. And you mentioned it, there's still 48 seconds left on the Sorry minor. So still on the power play of the attack.
I mean, they scored, but wow, Noah Erliden again stopping 2 of those 3 opportunities. Just an unreal period so far. 18 saves for Noah Erliden, making, as Spencer mentioned off the top, his 7th straight start. He has been busy for the Erie Otters, and he's going to continue to be busy tonight by the looks of things as the attacker back at it, and we have a whistle and an attack penalty coming here.
It's going to be a high stick there going against Nick Sikora. And it's just going to be a 2 there. And the Erie coach is still barking at the referees after making the call. But that'll make it 4-on-4 now for 17 seconds, and then a power play for the Erie Otters for basically the remainder of the first period. But now let's take a look at the shot clock there, JC. 20-7 in favor of the attack. Again, they've been dangerous all period.
4 skaters out will include Dylan Edwards, along with Misiak, Michael Deck, and Gabe Frasca. They'll get their 5th power play guy out here in about 10 seconds. Puck sent up the boards by the Otters. Gabe Frasca with it now, sends it ahead. Dylan Edwards. Edwards now looking for an option. Sorry to the bench. He will be replaced there by Tristan Trevino. There's a shot, that one. Oh, Carter George threw the blocker at it. It had a kind of a change-up kind of a shot, but still in Erie Otters possession now. Edwards misses that mark intended for Gabe Frasca. Otters have to retreat to the neutral zone. Now Dylan Edwards will try again. working around Crawford. Crawford gave him some trouble, but he still got possession. Now feeds it across. That one blocked. Carter George out with the save. And that was Gabe Frasca with that one-time scoring opportunity for the Erie Otters.
Yeah, not just that. Again, it was a great save there by Carter George. And then an early whistle by the referee because he must have lost sight of it. But lucky there for maybe Carter because, again, Erie was pressing.
And our good friend Spencer Byers is pulling double duty tonight, so he's just running out of the booth as we speak. He will head down to ice level. And who are you talking to again in the first intermission there, Spencer? Dylan Edwards. All right, we're going to hear from Spencer again following the conclusion of this period, as the Otters still have about 55 seconds on this power play, and Michael Deck's got to turn back for it. Off to Dylan Edwards now, trying to beat Braden Rogers. Edwards has it. Edwards backhander, and a save made by George. Hasn't been tested often this opening period, but Carter's been there when they've needed him. Otters send it up to Michael Deck now, the former attack player. Gets tied up there with DeLille. Now here's Frasca. Tried to set up Dylan Edwards at the side of the goal, but that was out of his reach. Tack will send it down the ice. 25 seconds to go on the Otters power play. 45 to go now in the first. Here come the Otters again. That one sent back. It misses, and Tristan DeLille will knock it off the boards as he goes off on a change. 10 seconds to go on the Otters power play. Time for one last rush if they can get away quickly here. And they will try as Misiak's got it. Misiak now through center at the line and offside. It looked like maybe Hammond was a step in early there. Tack will get back to full strength here as they will drop this puck outside the attack zone with just under 25 seconds to go. Misiak set to take the draw against Easton Mikas. Attacker putting the fourth line out to finish this period by the looks of things. Good reward for good play. Misiak and Mikas face off. Sorry gets it as the Otters win the draw. They'll send it into the attack zone. George out to knock it down. Bedkowski had some trouble with it, but at the sideboards was DeLille. He set it in. Erliden came out to play it, and there was a lot of traffic coming his way. Now both teams tie up. A hit thrown on Misiak there by Max DeLille, and here comes Jackman the other way. Jackman doesn't have much of an option to shoot as Sari was over to cover him, and that will bring the end of the first period of play. Attack lead it 2-0, but the real story of that first period was the fantastic goaltending of Noah Erliden, who has kept his team in this game through one period of play. Teams will head to the dressing room, and we've got the first intermission coming up. Spencer Byers joined rinkside by Dylan Edwards of the Erie Otters. Looking forward to that conversation coming up. Stay tuned. You're watching Attack Hockey on Rogers TV.
Hi, I'm Carol Merton, host of HealthLink on Rogers TV. HealthLink connects home, community, and healthcare with interesting topics and speakers about your health and your community.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to rogerstv.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at rogerstv.com.
Are you a passionate content creator ready to expand your audience reach? Do you have unique stories, captivating hobbies, or special interests that deserve a spotlight? Rogers TV is here to amplify your voice within the community. We offer you the platform to broadcast your content to a wider audience. And the best part, it's completely free. Don't miss this opportunity to share your vision and engage with viewers. Find out how Rogers TV can transform your content journey today.
Hey Attack fans, it's your host for Attack Rap, Nick Kennedy. Join me here on Rogers TV this year as we break down all things Owen Sound Attack Hockey, and we chat with players, coaches, and all sorts of stuff you're not going to want to miss out here on Rogers TV. All right.
I love being a champ.
I am a member of the Warham's Child Amputee Program. Through CHAMP, I get the artificial limbs I need to participate in everyday activities.
I'm always growing, so I always need new devices.
Support and helpful information on living with an amputation is available to me anytime.
I get to meet other kids that are just like me.
It's your donations that make the Warham's CHAMP program possible.
Thank you.
Welcome back here to the Bayshore. 2-0 attack over the Erie Otters. Spencer Byers here ringside with Dylan Edwards. Dylan, you're an OA here in the OHL. What was a big key for you coming into your OA season in the OHL?
Just consistency, I think. Obviously, it's my last year in the league, and you want to prove everything you've got here. So came in this year just working hard and continue with my habits and then progress my game throughout the season.
Now you're topping a line there with Gabriel Frasca as well as now Michael Deck, who you guys continue to be a very potent line. What do you feel like really led to your guys' success as a trio?
We trust each other. I think we're moving pucks well, we're skating, we're creating chances. We had a couple there, unfortunately couldn't bury, but no, we're a good line. We play fast, we play skilled, and it's been clicking for us, so it's going to keep going, and I'm happy for us.
Now, the last couple weeks, you guys have gotten a couple of wins. I believe 3 wins in your last 4. What do you feel like really turned around for you guys as the season has continued?
Well, I think we had a lot of new guys coming in, so getting used to each other, getting used to how we play was a big thing for us, but now we're at the point of the season where it's time to go, and I think we're doing a great job. Like you said, 3 or 4, so we will look to build off that, and I think we're just playing good hockey right now. We're playing fast, we're playing physical, and we're playing connected. So, I'm happy for us, but we're figuring it out right now. It's good.
One last question here for you, Dylan, before I let you go. Down 2-0 after 20 here against Owen Sound. What do you feel like is a big key for you guys to be able to come back and get a win here tonight against Owen Sound?
Stay on the box. It's a 2-0 game because they got 2 5-on-3s. Other than that, it's a 0-0 hockey game. I think we're doing well. We're getting chances off the rush, and we just got to sustain some zone time. So I think we're playing good hockey. Just stay out the box.
All right, thank you so much, Dylan Edwards of the Erie Otters. Good luck.
Thank you.
All righty, and now we'll go back upstairs to myself and JC after this here on Rogers TV.
Hi, I'm Michaela. I'm so happy to have these prosthetic legs. I wear them every day so I can do all the things I love to do. I like to hike, skate, and do gymnastics. Because of your donations, Lamps is able to give me these devices. When you donate, you help kids like me. Thank you.
With Rogers TV, you can cheer on the home team from the comfort of your living room. We'll head to the rink, the field, the court, or the pitch, so you don't have to. Tune in and cheer on your local amateur athletes on Rogers TV.
Hi, I'm Carol Merton, host of HealthLink on Rogers TV. HealthLink connects home, community, and healthcare with interesting topics and speakers about your health and your community.
Here we go.
You can't do this, Jacques. It's never been done before.
Mr. Blake.
You can't see down with that thing.
Mr. Blake.
Jacques, what?
They're coming.
Hold them up. Find something. Jacques, I'm telling you for the last time.
Are the Canadians finished? Is Plant coming back on the ice? Come on, give us something, will you? Please, how many stitches? Gentlemen, please. Go. Hey, Tony, you got something to say to the people in the hall?
On November 1st, 1959, Jacques Plant of the Montreal Canadiens broke with tradition.
You're a brave man, Mr. Plant, standing up to him like that.
And changed the face of hockey forever.
As the Owen Sound attack lead the Erie Otters by a score of 2-0. Spencer made it back from ice level. And you ran back up here, man. Have you got your breath caught? Are you okay?
Yeah, almost. My stamina's still not very good. The treadmill and I are still a little bit distant friends right now. We're trying to get more acquainted, but I'm getting a little better,
All right, well, good on you for making it back in time. Pretty entertaining first period of play. As you mentioned, it seemed like the ice was a little lopsided through that opening period.
Definitely, but I think Dylan Edwards kind of hit it on the head there in that interview. They got to stay out of the box, right? 2 5-on-3s. You're going to tilt the ice yourselves, right? And Noah Erlenden's been up to the task most of this period for the Erie Otters, and he's a big reason why they're only down 2-0, JC. Like, if Noah Erlend is not in that cage, they may be down 4 or 5 already, because Owen Sound's had some great A opportunities that he's come out to challenge and been really, really good on top of his blue paint already.
Now, I know you talked about this with Dylan Edwards, but what is it that the Erie Otters need to do in order to try to get back into this hockey game?
Well, I agree with them staying out of the box, but if you're looking for something more objective, I think also he said they got to keep puck in the O-zone, and I think that's also true, but I think the icings are killing them too. They've been really bad at just dumping the puck down and not being able to get sticks to stuff and really just trying to relieve pressure any way they can. And I think they got to be a little bit better at, holding the puck in their own end, settling themselves down, being able to kind of control a little bit, because when they control the puck a little better, at least that means Owen Sound's not going to be firing at your net and creating all that offensive opportunities they've been in that first period.
It's a busy night in the Ontario Hockey League tonight, as there are quite a few Friday night matchups. We'll take a look at the out-of-town score. You can see the Brampton team is ahead in Niagara right now. The Steelheads up 1-0 on the Ice Dogs. Kitchener's jumped out to a 2-1 lead over the Petes at the end of the first. All squared up at 1 between the Barrie Colts and the Ottawa 67. 67s, of course, this week picking up Sam McHugh, the former Owen Sound attack, in a trade with the Brantford Bulldogs. Frontenac's up 1-0 on Flint. Bit of a surprising result from Kingston to start the night, and Sarnia and Sudbury, no score after 1 there. Guelph and Saginaw, they've exchanged a total of 4 goals now through the first period of play, and the Sioux up on the Generals 2-0. Not a surprise on that one, as the Generals are struggling a little bit, coming off that post-Eastern Conference Championship hangover, and the Sioux right now trying to show that they are one of the contenders to come out of the Western Conference. We are going to take a short break. We'll be back. We'll take a look at the scoring summary so far for one period of play. Plus, we'll have the highlight of the period on the way as well. Stay tuned. You're watching Attack Hockey on Rogers TV.
I love being a champ.
I am a member of the Warham's Child Amputee Program. Through CHAMP, I get the artificial limbs I need to participate in everyday activities.
I'm always growing, so I always need new devices.
Support and helpful information on living with an amputation is available to me anytime.
I get to meet other kids that are just like me.
It's your donations that make the Warham's CHAMP program possible.
Thank you.
Are you a passionate content creator ready to expand your audience reach? Do you have unique stories, captivating hobbies, or special interests that deserve a spotlight? Rogers TV is here to amplify your voice within the community. We offer you the platform to broadcast your content to a wider audience. And the best part, it's completely free. Don't miss this opportunity to share your vision and engage with viewers. Find out how Rogers TV can transform your content journey today.
With Rogers TV, you can cheer on the home team from the comfort of your living room. We'll head to the rink, the field, the court, or the pitch, so you don't have to. Tune in and cheer on your local amateur athletes on Rogers TV. Public transit, garbage pickup, parks and recreation programs, snow removal on your street. How can you stay informed about these and other important local services? Tune to City Council coverage on Rogers TV. See your community leaders at work on Rogers TV City Council coverage.
Hey Attack fans, it's your host for Attack Rap, Nick Kennedy. Join me here on Rogers TV this year as we break down all things Owen Sound Attack Hockey, and we chat with players, coaches, and all sorts of stuff you're not going to want to miss out here on Rogers TV. All right.
Welcome back inside the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center. Attack leading the Erie Otters by a score of 2-0 through one period of play on as a Friday night game. We don't often have Friday night games here at the Bay Shore, but we do for the Erie Otters, and they will be back here again tomorrow night, back-to-back, to face the Owen Sound Attack. Attack so far controlling in this game, as we talked about. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from that opening period of play, and it was just a dominating period for the Attack, thanks to the man advantage.
Yeah, and you saw there Caden Taylor almost got his first of the night there, but he does end up getting one later. But Max DeLille, you see here, great effort getting a turnover after a giveaway, and is able to just kind of force it to Mikas, and Easton makes no mistake, his second goal of the season for the Thunder Bay native. And again, great fourth line shift by Jackman, Mikas, and Max DeLille. And again, Zarowski, better save again by Noah Erliden right at the top of his blue paint. You're going to see another one right there. He's been really good at getting active and getting out and trying to cut down angles there, but you're going to see the second one here as Taylor's able to just fire it through a couple of bodies, including Noah Erliden and defender there Oliver Turner, who again I think restricted Erliden's ability to make the save. But that's Taylor's first goal as an Attack member. He's now got 6 points in 9 games as a member of the Attack, and now you're going to see some highlights here by the Erie Otters throughout that period where they got a couple of takeaways in the offensive zone, which again was a massive problem for the Attack in their most recent home game. JC was giveaways in their own end, so they got to be able to clean that up. So if you're looking at something the Attack have to fix for tonight, and especially going into tomorrow, it's defensive turnovers. They've been bad in their own end.
Spencer, one of your keys to the game was about the goaltender for the Owen Sound Attack tonight, about Carter George, who hasn't quite been himself this season. He's been up and down, and obviously the team in front of him has been up and down as well. But this weekend, kind of the last hurrah for Carter George, because, of course, he'll be heading off to the World Junior Hockey Championships to represent Team Canada. We should know all those official details when the team is announced next week, but I think it's kind of a lock that number 32 is probably going to be the starter.
I haven't seen one projection that doesn't have Jack Ivankovic out of Michigan, now former of the Brampton Steelheads, Carter George, and then the third goalie, I've seen a couple different names thrown around, but the two that are going to be starter and backup, depending on how you want to look at it, it's Ivankovic and Carter George. So I would say he's just about a lock, one of the many locks, I think, on this year's Canadian team. And, you know, I'd have to say, again, expected to be the starter again, just as he was last year, because of all the bright spots, the few there were on last year's Canada team. He was one of them.
Yeah, he really was, and we're pretty excited to see what that final roster is going to look like when it's announced next week. A number of the international teams have already announced some of their players. The OHL this week has recognized who's going to be heading over for the different teams as they've been named to the different countries, but Canada, I think they're going last. They kind of want to see what everyone else does before they push their chips in the middle.
Yeah, the U.S. already named, I believe, their full roster. The Swedes have just announced their final rosters. I know Czechia had their roster down about a week and a half ago, it feels like. So, yeah, Canada really is last one at the bone here, and I'm not sure if that's a strategic thing, JC, for the upcoming World Juniors in Minnesota, or if that's just a happenstance. But either way, it's definitely different for them to be the last ones at the can.
Sometimes it's hard to make those decisions, so you want to take as much time as you possibly can to make sure you make the right ones. Let's take a look now at our scoring summary for that first period of play. Owen Sound Attack start the party just about 9 minutes in as Easton Mikas picks up a feed from Max DeLille in front. Jackman drawing the assist on that one. Caden Taylor got his second of the season, first as an Attack, and that was a power play marker. Jake Crawford and Cole Zarowski drawing the assist. Look at the shots on goal, 20-9 through that opening period. You already have to believe the Erie Otters are going to come out with a much different effort to start the second. And with that, let's take a look at our play of the period.
Yeah, we had a couple different options, obviously, with all the saves that Erliden made as well, but we're going to go with the Caden Taylor shot, because you see here Cole Zarowski and Jay Crawford causing the mess there right in front of the net, and then Caden Taylor finally able to make the goal. And on the most recent episode of Attack Rap, which you should have tuned in on at 7 p.m. live on Tuesdays, Caden Taylor was on, and they were talking with Blake Munnings as well as Jay Crawford about, you know, who thinks they're a sniper, and Blake Munnings jokingly said, Caden Taylor thinks he's a sniper, well, he's a better passer, and Caden right there showing, hey, I could shoot too, Blake, I can score goals.
He absolutely can. An exciting first period is over. We are looking forward to period number 2. It is coming up right after we take one more break. You're watching Attack Hockey on Rogers TV. We'll be right back.
Are you a passionate content creator ready to expand your audience reach? Do you have unique stories, captivating hobbies, or special interests that deserve a spotlight? Rogers TV is here to amplify your voice within the community. We offer you the platform to broadcast your content to a wider audience. And the best part, it's completely free. Don't miss this opportunity to share your vision and engage with viewers. Find out how Rogers TV can transform your content journey today.
No, Frank, don't carry it. Dribble it. Dribble it. Frank, dribble it. Frank, shoot.
Is this some kind of Canadian joke, sir? I mean, I know you're the instructor and everything, but we can't carry the ball. How can we get a decent shot at the peach basket?
All right. Maybe we can allow a carry of a couple of steps.
And Mr. Naismith, sir, it sure slows things down having to climb up here every time.
Well, then let's cut the bottom out of the basket.
Ah, but I need these baskets back.
100 years after James Naismith from Almont, Ontario invented it, basketball was being played by hundreds of millions of people around the world.
Hi, I'm Michaela. I'm so happy to have these prosthetic legs. I wear them every day so I can do all the things I love to do. I like to hike, skate, and do gymnastics. Because of your donations, Ramps is able to give me these devices. When you donate, you help kids like me. Thank you.
Welcome back inside the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center. We are about to drop the puck on period number 2. Tristan DeLille set to face off against Gabe Frasca. Far side, you can see Michael Deck and Wesley Royston. Different jerseys for the two of them. They were traded earlier this season as the Attack try to go back to work here. Dylan Edwards now had it poked off his stick by Bedkowski. Otters recover. They will enter the Attack zone ahead for Gabe Frasca. He's got the puck now. He'll send it in behind the Attack goal up the boards. Trevino is there. Plays it back for Frasca. Intercepted and skated away by Pierce Mbuyi. Now Royston out to DeLille. DeLille trying to get through the D. DeLille had a stick blocking him, and that was the stick of Trevino. Did a good job to stay with Tristan on that play. Attack back in their own zone. Banks now avoids a hit there from Edwards. Puck went off an Attack player, but here's a 2-on-1 now. Here come the Otters. A shot and save made by George. Gabe Frasca decided to shoot instead of pass on that one, and George was there to make the save.
Carter George coming up big there on that opportunity, because again, it was a 3-on-2 there as David Bedkowski there tried to race and make up for the numbers there as John Banks took away the pass. So I think John Banks made the right play there. Take away the pass, make him shoot on Carter George, and let Carter be square to it.
Crawford wins the draw for Noah Roberts now. He'll send it out, but it's held in by Turner. Now it goes off the skate of Nick Sikora. Now in Sikora, pokes it free. Harry Nancy there to help out. Picked up by Crawford, sent in and sticked aside there by Noah Erliden. Puck goes out of play, and a whistle and a face-off coming.
Well, as I mentioned, we're talking about World Junior guys maybe going projected rosters for Canada. On the preliminary Slovakia team is Alex Misiak of the Erie Otters. So congratulations to Misiak on making the preliminary Slovakia team for the 2026 World Junior Championships.
Shot by Nancy from the point, knocked down out front. Not sure if Crawford's stick got it or if it was deflected by an Otter defender. Either way, Erliden kept it out.
He looks not tired, JC, and again, having played 10 games in the last, or playing 10 of the last 11 games has Noah Erliden, so he's played a lot of hockey over the last month or so, and he looks no worse for wear. Looks locked in.
And of course, Carter George played a lot of those starts last year for the Owen Sound Attack and kind of indicated to the team this year that he played a little bit too much leading up to the World Juniors last year. So with 3 goaltenders, they were able to lighten his load a little bit this year, which I think was appreciated by Carter. And obviously the Attack will have to decide what they're going to do with that 3 goalie situation before the OHL trade deadline in early January. Puck sent back to the point. Greenberg is there now. He's trying to walk in. He does a shot, and it looks like Erlinen might have got a shoulder on it. Otters gain possession back. They'll get it outside the line, and now they'll break in 3-on-2 on the Attack. Here's Hammond now, poked off his stick by Greenberg. Kept alive there by Trevino, sent into the corner. Hammond's got it now, fed it out. There's a shot and a save by Carter George, who gets it up high and will hold on for the faceoff.
Definitely, I'd say a different beginning to this period, Jason, not only with all the lacking of penalties like we had in the first, but I also feel like Erie's definitely come with a different, I'll say, intensity, but, maybe staying the extra couple days, you never really know how it's going to affect the team, and, it really feels like they kind of played themselves into this game so far.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of positives. You obviously get accustomed to your surroundings. You're able to practice in the arena you're going to play in, so having that extra day in a city is probably a good thing. And I know we were talking about it before the game, and I think you made the great point of, like, you never know with the weather if you're going to make it back or not if you do try to go home after that Tuesday night game in Kitchener. So probably a smart move by the Otters.
Yeah, I mean, it happened last year, didn't it? Niagara went home after a game not too far away and then couldn't get back the next day here at Owen Sound.
Yeah, I think they were in Guelph, which is still puzzling. Another save made by Carter George.
They're doing a good job here just keeping the offensive zone time. Again, something they struggled with in the previous period.
Nelson to take the draw against Hughes. Otters pick it up off the face-off. They've got control. This is Edwards, the younger Edwards, Caden Edwards with that shot, and that's saved by Carter George.
Great rebound control. Again, that's 3 straight shots on him that he's been able to just gobble up and not give any secondary opportunities to this away side, and it's definitely been good for his Attack team to not allow any secondary chances, and now the top line will come out here with a big face-off.
Hughes to take the draw for the Otters. Up against the best face-off percentage in the OHL, and add another one there for Tristan DeLille, as breaking in now is Royston, and that one poked away by Erlinen. Up the boards, Royston digging for it, make that Mbuyi now. Mbuyi trying to find a man. It went past Royston, but there's a quick shot by Arnott, who jumped in from the blue line to get that opportunity. Opposite side now, kept alive by Rogers. Tristan DeLille back to Rogers on the point. Attack going to work here as Mbuyi takes a shot through traffic that was tipped over the goal. Now the Otters have it again. That's Caden Edwards. Got it over. And it's set up by Taylor now. Back to Edwards, who'll send it in and go off on a change. Here come the Attack. Braden Rogers got around one man, and losing his stick was Dylan Edwards on that one. Attack put it right back in front of their bench at risk of a too-many-man call as there's a break the other way. Off the post! Dylan Edwards had George beat, but he couldn't beat the post. Back the other way now. Royston was looking for it. It's picked up by the Otters, and they will regroup quickly. Down the ice is Gabe Frasca with speed, trying to get around Banks, but it's intercepted by Sikora. And here's the Attack with speed the other way. Now it's Nancy. Nancy drops off for Banks. Set up, shots blocked out front. Might have got off the skate of Crawford. Here come the Otters again. It's Dylan Edwards, and that shot goes wide. End-to-end action here at the Bayshore, as Bedkowski has it now in the corner. Checked there by Dylan Edwards. 3 Otters converge on the puck. Carter George says, I'll do it myself. And the puck is out now, and here come the Attack. 2-on-1. Crawford got Nancy with him, but Crawford has to retreat. He's being watched there. Sends it across for Banks. Banks picks it up. Now Banks, top of the slot, scores! John Banks settled the puck down and beats Erlinen. It's 3-0 Attack.
so much stuff to break down there, JC. Where do you start? I guess you go John Banks with a beautiful shot. Nick Sikora was calling for it, and Banks looks him off and just settles himself right in the top of the slot and beats Noah Erliden straight up 5-hole. You see here, he missed it and then re-corrals it. You see Nick Sikora there calling for it, but he just resettles himself and beats Noah Erliden 5-hole. I think had to respect the shooter there to his left in Nick Sikora, but nice shot by John Banks. May took a deflection there off Gabe Frasca, but I believe Michael Deck made a block there off the skate and came up a little limping there earlier to maybe save a for sure goal moments ago. So 3-0 now Attack.
Some great action here in this second period of play, but it was the Attack that were finally able to score one. Now in the driver's seat are the Owen Sound Attack, but they are a team that has had trouble keeping opponents on the mat this season. Here come the Otters now. Fraser over the line. Brought a man with him. There's a shot kicked out by George, and then he smothers the rebound, and that is going to draw some attention as George was bumped after the whistle.
Again, great job there by Carter George to have really good rebound control there. As you saw, two different yellow shirts converge right on top of him, and he was able to stay strong and get that puck iced before any damage could be done. And again, JC, we mentioned it throughout the broadcast about him having to kind of find his way going into the World Juniors, and maybe that's also on his mind because he seems to be locking in here.
Possibly some gamesmanship there, I'm not sure, but Elliot Arnott bumped into Kamzik. I'm not sure if that was intentional or accidental, but you never know with the head games that can take place in a game. Puck behind the goal as Rogers will set it opposite corner for Arnott. Has that picked off by Hammond. Hammond put it out front. Rogers went off his stick and safely into Carter George, who had to be careful with that puck pinballing in front of him.
Yeah, that's Jake Murray, the Mayford native there right in front, as again Carter George able to corral the loose puck that went off of Rogers' stick in the end, and again Carter's done a really good job in this second frame so far.
Face off to the left of George. Hammond in to take the draw. Battling for it is Bedkowski, and Kamzik off the draw. The Attack will carry it away. Sent up the ice. There's Banks now with some speed. He's over the line. They're clear. There's a shot by Taylor, and that got up and out of play. A whistle here as the Attack still have a pretty decent gap in the shots on goal department right now, standing at about 11.
Shots are just about even though in this period because they came in 20-9 in favor of the Attack. Yeah, right now it is actually a lock at 6-6 apiece here in this second period. So again, Erie's done a lot better in this period at evening out the offensive opportunities.
Off the draw, Noah Nelson got it back to Bedkowski. Caden Taylor walks in, went off a shin pad out front. Banks has it now for the Attack. Tried to feed that one through, broken up by Fraser. Got it ahead, and away to the races come the Otters again. Fraser, a shot right onto the logo on the chest of Carter George, and he will hold on.
Again, Banks, such a dynamic skater. You saw it there on the goal he scored. You saw it there on the rush chance previous. Such a fast skater with the puck. Mark McKelvey's mentioned it a lot this season that he just looks so quick with the puck at his stick, and it's just so dangerous with him on 5-on-5, especially, and then you go to the power play.
DeLille in to take the draw, and Otters will be waved out. Now Cooper steps in. Cooper against DeLille. Attack have possession off the faceoff. Mbuyi across to Royston. Here come the Attack. Bui's got to be careful at the line there as Royston had a little slight delay. Greenberg's shot blocked out front. That went off the leg of Hughes. Now here's Cooper. Battles Noah Roberts. They tie up. Otters have possession. Across to Trevino on the point. Bouncing puck had some trouble. They say it came out of the zone, so a delayed offside here. Otters will have to tag up. That was close. That was right below us, and thought that was close. There's a shot by Michael Deck, who wired that one wide. And now it's Noah Roberts. Roberts pokes it ahead to Royston. Now to DeLille. DeLille trying to rush in again. Trying to split the middle there. Knocked down by Royston, but the Otters get it back, and they'll send it up the ice. On the attack, it's Dylan Edwards now. He cuts to the middle, plays it over. There's a shot, another save made. Carter George off of Michael Deck, and now Michael Deck has grabbed, it looks like Lenny Greenberg. And with that, we'll have to sort it out after the break. We'll be right back. Owen Sound Attack leading the Otters 3-0. You're watching Attack Hockey on Rogers TV.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Hi, I'm Carol Merton, host of HealthLink on Rogers TV. HealthLink connects home, community, and healthcare with interesting topics and speakers about your health and your community.
With Rogers TV, you can cheer on the home team from the comfort of your living room. We'll head to the rink, the field, the court, or the pitch, so you don't have to. Tune in and cheer on your local amateur athletes on Rogers TV.
Welcome back here to the Bayshore. Spencer Byers and JC Coots up here in the broadcast booth. I wanted to take a highlight there for Owen Sound Attack's number 23, Lenny Greenberg, on the top pairing here tonight with Noah Roberts. He's got 20 points in 29 games, including 5 goals. He's been potent on the back end. I believe he also technically is the power play quarterback on that first-time power play for the Attack, and is a big reason why, JC, it's been so potent this year.
Yeah, great player Lenny Greenberg is, and he's had a great season. Now here the Attack are breaking back up the ice. Harry Nancy's got Crawford with him. Tipped by Crawford and kicked out by Erliden. Another sharp save by the Otters goalie. Now Banks kept it alive. Dangerous play there with Dylan Edwards. Banks again has to be careful. Got it across to Bedkowski. Bedkowski walks in, looks for a passing option. He'll circle behind the net. Now Bedkowski comes back out, sees Banks, leaves it for him. Banks again working the perimeter. Nancy drops it back for Crawford, walks out, had it knocked off his stick. Banks trying to keep it alive. Nobody there for the Attack as Michael Deck senses the opportunity. Sends it over to Gabe Frasca. Otters changing. Attack trying to break this one up. They do. Banks hit there by Deck as the Attack will get it the length of the ice. No icing here as the Otters send it back. This one likely will be an icing, and it is, and that'll bring things back down to the Erie zone.
You see there highlighted Nick Frask, only his 6th appearance for the Erie Otters this season. No points on the year so far for him. He does have 1 career assist last year for this Erie Otters squad, and right now he's the 5th defenseman. They have 13 forwards and 5 D dressed.
There's a shot, and that one through traffic. Erliden kicked it out. Just keeps making the saves, but his Otter teammates have a bit of work to do here with that 3-goal deficit. Just about 1:35 away from hitting the halfway point of this hockey game. Things are back down to the Otter zone again.
Yeah, the Jönköping native there out of Sweden has been very good tonight, and again has had lots of hockey to play this last month.
Arnott now dropped it off. Max DeLille, a shot just wide. Came off the end boards. There's a rebound, and that one fired by Landon Jackman was kicked out. Puck will get it over the line and down the ice. Rogers in a race for it. He's got to be quick because Plant's on him. Rogers wins the battle. Now he'll slow things down a bit and start out with it. Again, Plant with the forecheck on Braden Rogers. Rogers and Plant made contact there after the puck was gone. Now it's sent ahead. Max DeLille trying to keep this puck alive at the line. It's picked up by Misiak. Here come the Otters again. This is Fraser. Fraser shot. Carter George made that save and had to make the rebound save too, as he couldn't contain the first shot. But Carter comes up and holds on, as he's yet to be beaten by the Otters.
As Carter continues a great second period. I do want to mention, JC, faceoffs. Now, and something the Attack have been very good at a majority of this season. 25-14 right now in favor of the Attack are the faceoffs. So, again, domination in the dot right now for the Red Shirts.
Noah Nelson doesn't quite have the face-off numbers that Tristan DeLille has, but he's been very good at the dot, and he won that draw. It's going to get all the way down the ice, though. This will be an icing call for the Attack, as suddenly the pace of this period starts. For these two teams to figure each other out, as they've got another game tomorrow night here at the Bay Shore. Off the draw, sent into the corner by the Otters. Picked up there by Taylor and set ahead for Nelson. Now Nelson breaking out. He's got Zorowski at the line. That was out of his reach. Race for it there. Attack, keep it alive. Nelson puts it back behind the goal line for Zorowski now. He'll walk up the half wall. Zorowski turns, tried to feed that one through. It was blocked. Again, the Attack there, get it into the crease, and Erliden quickly pounces on the puck with a couple of Attack players right on the doorstep.
And the Attack have not exactly had the majority of puck possession as they did in the previous period, but about halfway through the second, they have the lone marker and they continue to be pressing here. And you see Cole Zorowski currently has a C rating, which means it'd be like I think a 4th to 5th round draft pick in the upcoming NHL draft. I think that's going to go up with how well he's played this year, especially with the shot where it is right now.
Yeah, they will have some updated numbers by Central Scouting that will come out later in the season, and I think you're going to see his stock rise just as we have here at the Bay Shore. Puck sent down the ice out of the reach of Zorowski. He's there first, and they call it an icing. Zorowski not happy about that.
I'm also surprised, JC, by the icing call, not only because I thought Zorowski touched it, but Zorowski also had the inside lane. He was there. So I'm not sure how that would be called an icing. And they are going to send it. So obviously I need to get a new prescription, which I'm not going to argue, JC. It's been a while since I went to the eye doctor, but I'm a little perplexed.
Well, we've seen a few misses this season and a few face-offs that have had to take place at center. Not in this case, though.
They did allow a change, however.
DeLille off the draw. Ties up for a quick shot off a face-off by the Otters. That's out of play, and we'll get another whistle.
And Royston barking at Dylan Edwards. That's who he cross-checked to get the opening penalty of the game 27 seconds in, was Wesley Royston dumping Dylan Edwards. And again, that's an OA assistant captain there on the Erie Otters. So obviously Royston and him got along while he was in Erie.
Pierce Mbuyi's got it now, sends it ahead. Wes Royston on the wing now, trying to get around Fraser. Royston still has control, fed it back across. Bedkowski settled it down. Couldn't get that one through as Turner was in the way. Now it's DeLille up the boards. Michael Deck waiting there for it. Deck takes a shot from Royston. And now it's thrown ahead for Dylan Edwards. Edwards got caught up on his own skates there. Wasn't able to maintain control. Attack get it back. At center, it's picked up by DeLille. He's got Mbuyi with him. DeLille a shot, and that one deflected over the net. Otter still trying to dig it out here. Edwards up the boards with Deck. He's got help from Gabe Frasca, and now the Otters will get it out. Elliot Arnott trying to pin Frasca there. It's picked up by Deck. Deck's got it now. Deck a shot kicked out by Carter George. Great scoring opportunity for the former Attack. Here's another one. Save made by George. Might have deflected off of a piece of Bedkowski there, but either way, Carter George has it, and we will get a face-off in the attack zone.
Gabriel Frask and Elliot Arnett got tied up there in the corner. You're going to see it here. They get tied up, and Elliot just forces them into the boards there, and that creates Michael Deck's opportunity. A great toe save there by Carter George, and then the chance just comes after that Carter also stands tall on, and Erie again having a lot better second than they did first, but still, JC, a 1-0 lead in Owen Sound in this period, a 3-0 lead throughout the game. And also, JC, I want to make the observation. I think this has been Wesley Royston's best game so far, about halfway through.
He has played well. In fact, the two teams played each other right after the trade was made, and neither Deck nor Royston really looked like they knew where to be on the ice with their new teammates, which is completely understandable. It's an emotional game. You're now playing on the other side, and everything is new, but both players have settled in very well with their new teammates, and I will agree, Spencer, this has been one of the games where we've seen a lot from Wes Royston. Good decision to put him on the top line tonight. We're going to talk more about those two during game notes coming up in the intermission. But right now the attack still working. Here's a shot from Rogers. That was just wide. Nick Sikora behind the goal. Nancy missed it, but Rogers there to keep it. Now Nancy fends off a check, trying to walk out. It's taken away by the Otters and set up the boards. That's Frazier. He's been in on a lot of plays so far this game, has Frazier. Now Nick Sikora spinning back, finds Arnott on the point, across to Rogers. Rogers' shot, that was blocked. Rogers again, and that's blocked. Otters can't get it out here as Sikora puts it behind the goal. There's a chance. Crawford sent it wide. Took the feed from Harry Nancy behind the goal. Now over to Sikora. That one was tipped, but Sikora has it back. Sikora now feeds Rogers, walks in, save made by Erliden. Rogers picks it up again, plays it back to Sikora, who's jumped onto the point. Now here's Crawford up high. Crawford drags, and that went off the skate of Hughes. Otters still can't get it out. They say it was. And we'll get a stoppage of play here.
What a shift, though, by Crawford, Nancy, and Sikora. Great puck possession, great passing, and what a pass by Nick Sikora there to Braden Rogers for that probably best shooting opportunity they had in that sequence. That was a great pass by the usual shooter and sniper there, Nick Sikora.
Off the face-off, attack have control, sent over to Greenberg. They'll send it into the Otters zone. Tying up is Max DeLille. DeLille comes out with it to Micas, sets him up, and a save made by Erliden. Easton Micas looking for his second of the game.
Again, JC, this fourth line of rookie, and sophomore continues to find gold here as Max DeLille again finds Micas, and Easton Micas puts a great shot on, and Erliden didn't have that. The referee lost sight and blows the whistle there as Jackman and DeLille were collapsing in on the netminder, but again, that fourth line just continues to look really, really good. And when you have a fourth line of two rookies and a second-year player looking that good, I mean, it's got to be a great feeling for Coach Ray.
Here's Royston behind the Otters goal, now trying to come out front. He was held off there. That was Yulia Sari who did a great job. Now Mbuyi got it in the opposite corner, sent ahead by Sari, gets past Gret, and the attack. Roberts is back to get it first. Roberts plays it up for Royston, knocked it there for both DeLille, and make that Mbuyi. Mbuyi now battling for it. Helped out by Tristan DeLille to Royston. Royston in the slot, couldn't get a shot. Otters trying to get it out, they will. Mbuyi has it, he's going to carry it ahead. Dropped off for Agret. Agret now, checked there by Roberts. Puck in behind the goal is picked up by Greenberg. Ahead for Tristan DeLille. DeLille comes in on the wing. DeLille shot on, and a save made by Erliden. And once again, he will get the whistle here as the attack maintain the 3-0 lead. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. You're watching Attack Hockey on Rogers TV.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Welcome back here to the Bayshore. 3-0 attack over Erie here. You should take a look at Attack Wrap every Tuesday at 7 p.m. live with our host, Nick Kennedy. This week on Attack Wrap, you'll get a chance to see Harry Nancy, who's already blown past his season total last year in points with 35 this year, as well as David Bedkowski, the captain of the Owen Sound Attack, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. sharp. Live on Rogers TV, Grey County. Do tune in. It's a great show, and we have lots of fun on it, JC. Lots of laughs, lots of games, and lots of chat.
And Nick Kennedy does a great job hosting that show and has a pretty good producer, too. Which is Spencer, if anyone is wondering. There's a shot by DeLille, and that one knocked out by Erliden. Otters will lift it down the ice. This will likely be another icing call against Erie, as we'll bring it back down to the Otters zone. 5.5 to go in period number 2. Attacks so far have been able to maintain a lot of puck possession and a lot of zone possession on Erie here, although the Otters have done a nice job fighting back in this period.
That they have.
Owen Nelson to take the draw. Up against Hammond. Otters have possession, but it's picked back up by the attack. Now Greenberg on the point. He missed it. Oh, he had to be careful as Hammond almost got past him. Would have had a breakaway for sure. Now here's Zarowski over the line. Dropped it off there for Nelson. Quickly to Rogers. Quickly again. And nobody home for that puck. And looked like favoring his hand there was Nick Frasca. I'm not sure if he took a slash or what happened to him, but he's off to the bench now for the Otters. Puck's back at center, and this is going to be whistled down as we've got an Otter injured. It's Hammond.
And he looks sprawled out there for a second. Oh!
This is not good as he tried to get back up.
Down.
I don't know if he lost a skate blade, and that was the reason. I'm hoping that's the reason.
We're going to get a replay here, JC. I didn't look like anyone maybe touched him. At least I didn't see, JC. We'll see here. He tries to jump around Rogers and, yeah, just lost his footing. And, ooh, yeah, I'm not sure if that's lower body. You'd have to assume there as he kind of goes awkwardly knee first into the boards. And, yeah, you never really like when they try to get back up and then immediately kind of fall backwards. At least he didn't kunk his head off the ice. That's probably the only benefit there.
We've had a little history with scary incidents involving Erie Otters players in the last season here on the Bayshore ice, and right now a little bit of concern as training staff is speaking with him to make sure that he's okay. It's not often you see a player try to get back up and immediately lose their footing like that.
And he isn't moving, JC, right now, which is definitely a concern. I'm looking towards the EMTs over here at the Owen Sound dressing room to see if they're going to come on the ice here, because you'd have to assume that that's maybe the next step here. And I say EMT, I think that's an American thing. I mean paramedics.
Well, they are standing alertly in case they are called. Andy Brown for the attack, their trainer, he's on the ice, just standing in front of the attack bench right now in case they do need an extra set of hands. He's more than ready to jump in to help out. And it looks like he's going to try to get up again here. So this is good news for Brett Hammond. And He's up and being helped by his teammates, so this is tremendous, tremendous news. So Hammond will be helped to the Erie Otters dressing room. And they're going to take him probably right back to the area where those paramedics are standing by and get a little closer look at him. But this is already a good sign that he's got help, but he's heading off.
That puts them down to 12 forwards and 5D here, as he will walk himself to the dressing room, which again you have to say is probably a good sign with how he had to lay out there for a second. But again, hopefully Brett Hammond is A-OK. And you mentioned, I believe it was Malcolm Spence. I know it was Kerry Torrens, wasn't it?
That's it, yeah.
Kerry Torrens got hurt last year. Remember that? I was down at ice level for that one.
Yeah, that one, if I recall, I think he left on a stretcher.
Yes, he did.
And that was a very scary incident, but they got the word pretty quickly that he was okay and going to be okay. And he was here the next night because it was, again, one of those back-to-back game situations for Erie and Owen Sound. And he was here the following night and in a suit and tie walking around. So he was okay, which was great to see. Got a penalty here against the Otters as the attack will head back to the power play.
Michael Deckelson. I think it's tripping in the end. Right now, 1 for 4 on the man advantage are the attack, who again still rank in the top 4 in power play percentage.
Greenberg now. Greenberg gets the return feed from Sikora. Feeds Sikora, who walks in down low. It's Harry Nancy. Nancy now back to Sikora. Over to Greenberg. Greenberg down low. Nancy tried to center that one for DeLille, was the intended target, but it went off his stick out front. DeLille's on it now. He's got it. Plays it for Nancy behind the goal. Sikora had some trouble settling that puck down. Nancy there, but the Otters will poke it to the opposite corner. DeLille races in, make that Mbuyi to help keep it alive. Other side now, it's Nick Sikora in behind the goal line for Nancy. Centers it, there's Mbuyi. Mbuyi to the other side, and DeLille ran out of space. Mbuyi had everybody moving on the ice. Now there's a point shot that's just wide. Nancy races in, stopped by Erliden. Sikora is there, and the puck will go out of play. And we will get another stoppage of play here as the attack still have 1:04 to go on the power play.
Couple great chances there for that line between Mbuyi here, who tries to find DeLille backdoor, just couldn't get a stick, couldn't get far enough in front of the net to tip it by a wide open cage as Erliden came out to challenge the Mbuyi shot. And then again, some wide, again, a lot of different point shots there. Rogers and Greenberg have been missing the net, I feel like intentionally trying to get a tip on target.
Here's a chance now. Benkowski threw that one through the slot. Opposite side, it's Crawford now. That's Braden Rogers in below the goal line. You don't often see the defenseman down there, but it's dug out now. Taylor kept it alive there. Now Taylor again sets up Crawford. He walks in, Crawford, and ran out of space. Was stopped up. Rogers now working it, trying to get it out. It's picked up by Zarowski. Zarowski fights for it. Back on the point, Rogers now to Banks. Banks got it over to Taylor. Taylor circles back to the blue line, tried to feed it down low. It was tipped there. Now Crawford has it. Crawford in the slot. That was blocked. Trevino got a skate in the way. Now Rogers to Zarowski. Otters back to full strength now as the attack still have control. There's a chance side of the goal. Taylor was racing in. Michael Deck out of the box. He's ahead now, and here comes Gabe Frasca and Michael Deck. Deck trying to settle this one down. Shot, save and made. He scores! Michael Deck, welcome back to the Bay Shore. Puts the Otters on the board.
What hand-eye by Michael Deck. Took about 3 different whacks at it, and you can tell it means a lot to him to get a goal in his old building here. And you saw him kind of, I'm not sure if that was barking or saying hi to some fans there. To see 1, 2, and 3, there's the whack off the post, and yeah, that's definitely in for Michael Deck there. Chip it to himself, second whack, third whack. Making a trio there. What hand-eye coordination there for Michael Deck, who gets his 10th of the season, 29th point of the season in his 29th game here in the OHL, and the Cornell commit makes it 3-1.
Well, over to you, Wesley Royston. Attack now working it down low. It's Max DeLille. A 2-goal lead for Owen Sound with just over 2 minutes to go in period number 2. DeLille has it on the far boards. Gets it back to Bedkowski. Arnott trying to keep it alive here. DeLille is there, but the Otters gain control through center. Frazier fell. Mikas now plays it back for Bedkowski. Delayed offside against the Otters as they tag up. Arnott, he'll carry it now for the attack over the line, but Max DeLille was well offside there, and that will result in a whistle.
Of course, it is our last minute of madness, and that means
Spencer, you're going to be once again down at rinkside chatting with a member of the Owen Sound Attack. Who are you going to be talking to during the second intermission?
We're talking to Jake Crawford of the Owen Sound Attack, who's fresh off an injury, back in the lineup, and has looked pretty good on that second line tonight there with Harry Nancy and Nick Sikora. As well as, of course, game notes, where we talk about the Wesley Royce and Michael Deck trade.
Yes, I'm also going to head down there. I'm not going to rush, though, but I'll head down there and we'll talk about that and some picks for forwards, defense, and goalies of the year. And it looks like we're going to have a few penalties handed out here.
Mbuyi and Royston just ran at that looks to be Trevino there, and now Royston getting barked at by his former bench.
Well, so far both Royston and Deck have taken penalties, but Deck has the goal for the Otters. Let's look at it here on the replays. You see, yeah, they both come together and throw a check on Trevino, and that's kind of what started this disagreement. Only Royston in the box, no one in the Erie box, so it looks like the Otters will be on the power play here. Dylan Edwards and David Bedkowski get the explanation from the referee. Faceoff will come to the right of Carter George, and well, it's going to be a double minor. 4 minutes for the Erie Otters, so minute and a half left in this period, and then a little more time with some fresh ice to start the third to work with the man advantage. Caden Taylor had come over to the box, but it's 2 minutes for cross-checking and 2 minutes for the hit from behind to work out to the 4 minutes in power play time for Royston as the Otter power play goes to work. Trying to dig it loose now. Gabe Frasca has it. Frasca, top of the circle, plays it back for Trevino on the point. Trevino to Frasca. Frasca looking for some options. Frasca moves, finds Dylan Edwards. Edwards now back to Gabe Frasca. Frasca shot, glove down by Carter George. Even more impressive, that was through traffic. As the Attack keep their 2-goal lead here. Both teams will keep the same personnel out. Tristan DeLille to take the draw against Dylan Edwards. Edwards wins it for the Otters. Over to Gabe Frasca. Frasca now tried to feed it through, blocked there by Roberts. Back to Trevino on the point, gets it across. Michael Deck, already 1 goal in this game for the former Attack. Now Trevino back to Deck on the point. Deck shot that just wide. Quickly picked up by Noah Roberts and sent down the ice. Final minute of play in period number 2 as Trevino will circle behind the Otter net and carry this one away. 43 seconds to go. Here come the Otters. Edwards over the line. Tries to feed around Roberts. He does. There's a centering feed. Murray, a shot and a save made by Carter George. The Meaford kid not able to beat George, who keeps this game 3-1. 35 seconds to go on the clock. Still 2:57 on the man advantage. There you see the great chance, the great setup by Murray, and a great save by Carter George. Edwards now in to take the draw against Jake Crawford. And a long shift for Dylan Edwards, but Erie's going to keep this top line out since we're almost at the end of the period. The guys are going to get a break anyway. Here come the Otters. Frazier drops it off there. Gabe Frasca now carries it over the attack line. Dropped it off for Murray. Murray across to Deck. Deck feeds it through. A chance at the side of the goal. Edwards was denied. Now looking for the puck. The attack find it. They'll get it the length of the ice. 8 seconds to go. This will likely be it. And the clock will tick down to 0. Attack will head into the final period with a 2-goal lead. But the Otters have a chance to get the party going to start the third. They'll keep that man advantage for another 2:21 with fresh ice. Shots on goal after 2. The Owen Sound attack 33. The Erie Otters 25, closing that gap. They put 16 pucks on Carter George that period, so a good bounce back period for Erie, who get the goal. But they still got some work to do here. Stay tuned. Jake Crawford will join Spencer Byers at rinkside. We'll have another episode of Game Notes on the way, too. A busy intermission for you. You're watching Attack Hockey on Rogers TV.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to rogerstv.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at rogerstv.com.
Are you a passionate content creator ready to expand your audience reach? Do you have unique stories, captivating hobbies, or special interests that deserve a spotlight? Rogers TV is here to amplify your voice within the community. We offer you the platform to broadcast your content to a wider audience. And the best part, it's completely free. Don't miss this opportunity to share your vision and engage with viewers. Find out how Rogers TV can transform your content journey today.
Hi, I'm Carol Merton, host of HealthLink on Rogers TV. HealthLink connects home, community, and healthcare with interesting topics and speakers about your health and your community.
I love being a champ.
I am a member of the Warham's Child Amputee Program. Through CHAMP, I get the artificial limbs I need to participate in everyday activities.
I'm always growing, so I always need new devices.
Support and helpful information on living with an amputation is available to me anytime.
I get to meet other kids that are just like me.
It's your donations that make the Warham's CHAMP program possible.
Thank you.
Hey Attack fans, it's your host for Attack Rap, Nick Kennedy. Join me here on Rogers TV this year as we break down all things Owen Sound Attack Hockey, and we chat with players, coaches, and all sorts of stuff you're not going to want to miss out here on Rogers TV. All right.
Welcome back here to the Bayshore. 3-1 after 40 for the Owen Sound Attack over the Erie Otters. Now Spencer Byers rinkside. Joining me is Jake Crawford of the Owen Sound Attack. Jake, you're just coming off an injury, finally getting back into game shape. What's it been like for you trying to get back to the level you were at before?
Yeah, I mean, it's been fun to be back, and obviously you don't like sitting out and watching your team kind of go through a rough patch on the ice, and coming back and doing what I can to help the team win, and it's just great to be back.
Now, obviously, you're back on a second line there with Harry Nancy, your former line mate. You also have now Nick Sikora. What's it been like kind of getting used to Harry again and now Nick joining your line?
Yeah, I mean, tonight's game has been unreal so far, so just kind of getting the chemistry going and trying to build off that and keep the momentum going through the weekend and then onto the road trip too.
Now down 40, up 3-1. What do you feel like is a big key to come up with the win tonight here, Jake, against the Erie Otters?
Yeah, I think we just got to stick to our full 60 minutes as a team and just don't let the foot off the gas here and keep working hard, and it's not point night, so we're keeping on going, and we don't need any more goals to win. We just need to play good defense here.
Thank you so much, Jake Crawford, for the Owen Sound Attack. Good luck.
Yep, thank you.
Alrighty, right back with game notes after this here on Rogers TV.
And he can
anything. Anything at all. He's that strong.
Joe Schuster, will you stop it or you'll miss your train? Now help me find number 5.
Strong, but by day he's a mild-mannered reporter. Glasses, a secret identity.
Honestly, you Canadian kids.
He'd be in this cape.
A what?
A cape. Wearing these blue tights.
A hero in tights, really. Here it is.
Listen, Lois, this guy is faster than anything, I swear.
If you're not fast, you're gonna miss your train.
That's it. A bullet. A bullet. He's faster. No, he's faster than a speeding bullet.
Come on, get on it. No one's gonna read a comic strip about a strong man in tights, Joe. It'll never fly.
Fly, no. But he can leap over tall buildings. Oh, wow, yeah.
See what your cousin Frank says in Toronto.
Wait, Lois. I've got something for you. Here, take it. It's a gift. You never know. It might be worth something someday. Is he great or what? Bye-bye, Lois.
With Rogers TV, you can cheer on the home team from the comfort of your living room. We'll head to the rink, the field, the court, or the pitch, so you don't have to. Tune in and cheer on your local amateur athletes on Rogers TV. Public transit, garbage pickup, parks and recreation programs, snow removal on your street. How can you stay informed about these and other important local services? Tune to City Council coverage on Rogers TV. See your community leaders at work on Rogers TV City Council coverage.
I'm Wendell Clark with a word about winning. We all know it takes a team effort in any sport and with any challenge. You can be a part of the winning team that shuts out impaired driving. Whether you're out on the town or just hanging out with friends, drink responsibly. Always have a plan for a safe ride home for yourself, your family, and your friends. You'll be helping to shut out impaired driving.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
Welcome in second intermission, OHL hockey between the Owen Sound Attack and the Erie Otters. Spencer Byers, and alongside me, JC Coots for game notes here. And JC, a little bit short man, but hey, walking a little bit of quantity, but the quality stays good as we continue here with the broadcast on a nice, weird Friday night game here at the Bayshore. I think our one and maybe only of the season, might be one later down the road, but definitely our first of the season here at the Bayshore on a Friday night. But with all that being said, now we get a chance to look at the Wesley Royston versus Michael Deck trade one more time. Obviously, now it's been a little over a month. It was a Halloween Day trade back on the 31st of October, and now we've had a little bit of a month with Deck now in Erie and Wesley Royston with the Attack. So I guess now looking back at it after a month, JC, who do you feel like has won the trade, or who do you think looks better with that trade so far?
Well, I think it's hard to declare a winner and a loser at this point, only because they were both brought in for different things. Michael Deck obviously was brought in for his offensive ability, immediately slotting into that top line with the Otters. I believe now in 11 games he's got something like 13 points, so he's continuing on that point-a-game clip that we saw him on when he was here in Owen Sound. As for Wesley Royston, his role was a little bit different. Number one, you're coming in that power forward role, so the goal scoring and everything, that's expected. The other part of it, though, is the physical part. That's exactly what they wanted to address when they brought him in. So he hasn't quite found exactly where his home is. Obviously, tonight they both started on the top line, both faced off against each other in the first period. And Royston right now is kind of bumping in that role. Harry Nancy sometimes takes that role. Caden Taylor sometimes takes that role, so nobody has really cemented themselves. Although that said, I mean, Wesley Royston has had impacts in the lineup since arriving. He's got 6 points now in his 12 games with the Owen Sound Attack, so not quite as offensively gifted as the numbers from Michael Deck, but still, he's playing a different role on the team, so I think we need like the full season, but Deck is doing what we expected of him, and so far, Royston, I think, is doing what the Attack were hoping he would do.
Well, he's also been crashing the net there, Wesley Royston, which obviously isn't Michael Deck's game. He's a great passer. He's a really good perimeter player. Wesley Royston, on the other hand, is a guy who's going to go into the corners. He's going to play in front of the net, try to screen the goalie. So that's where you're kind of playing into that, what you were saying there, in the different roles and different expectations for those two different guys. And again, they both man the top lines tonight. So obviously that matchup will be a big key here tonight between these two sides. Now, we will move over to more of an OHL topic with obviously almost halfway through this season. We're going to take a look at who you and I think are going to be the top forward, top D, and top goalies here in the OHL. So, JC, I think we'll start with the forwards. Who would you say right now is the favorite for the Red Tilson Award, the MVP award, the top forward, most likely?
I think we both agreed we're not going to take Jake O'Brien because that seems a little too obvious, so we wanted to do our homework a little bit differently. So I'm going to go slightly off the board, although he's still up there in scoring right now in the OHL. I like Nathan Aspinall. I mean, obviously Brantford is a loaded team, and they occupy, I think, 3 of the top 4 spots right now in OHL scoring. But Nathan Aspinall and the Flint Firebirds have been surprising a lot of people this season. And I think what you're going to see is Flint is going to be buyers. They're going to be aggressive, thinking this might be, in fact, a go for it year. Certainly they've got the goaltending and they've got a lot of depth on that team. So if they're going to go for it, that might mean loading up some more guys around Aspinall that can feed him the puck a bit more or can take passes from him. So I think you might see those numbers really start to inflate in the second half. I don't know. I kind of see Brantford dropping off a little bit. So I'm going to go with Nathan Aspinall. I know it's a bit of a long shot. I'm not going to bet the farm on it, but that's my guy.
Bednack, Merrick Van Acker, as well as Jake O'Brien, are the 3 of the 4 top scorers right now for the Brantford Bulldogs. And they just added Jet Luchenko and have Caleb Malhotra leading right now in rookie scoring. So, again, they're loaded, as you mentioned, and they just traded Sam McHugh, who had I believe 10 goals or 15 goals or in their bottom 6. So, again, just a very different team. My pick is Tristan DeLille. Now, reason why I picked Tristan DeLille is right now he's in the top 10 in scoring. He's one of the 3 top players here with Harry Nancy as well as Pierce Mbuyi with himself at the top of the list. And with the World Juniors taking away with Jake O'Brien, as well as maybe Merrick Van Acker. And I've also seen, some lists taking Bednack going to Czechia. So I think that with those guys being gone for basically a month, I think it gives a lot of guys a chance, like Aspinall, Pierce, and Tristan DeLille, and maybe even Harry Nancy, a chance to really climb up the list. So give me Tristan DeLille, give me the number 1 center. He's got 19 goals in this season, and I think there's a lot more in the tank for that guy who should have been drafted last year in the NHL draft, will be drafted in this upcoming NHL draft. Now, JC, we'll go to defenseman of the year. Who do you see as being the best defender in the OHL?
Well, you know what? His numbers right now put him 2nd in defensive scoring in the OHL. I really like the game that Kayshawn Aitchison plays. I mean, he plays a big physical game on the ice. He dominates opponents. He finds ways to get pucks on the net. He scores goals. He's a danger anywhere on the ice, not just when he's on the blue line. Like, he knows how to jump into rushes and be part of the offense. So I think you might see a big second half from Kayshawn Aitchison. And again, this is a guy that's trying to get onto NHL radar so he can actually make the team that drafted him next year. So I think Kayshawn Aitchison is going to prove to be a force to be reckoned with this second half, especially if Barrie ends up deciding to be buyers. And again, much like the Flint Firebirds, if they go out and acquire a few more pieces to build around that, I think you're going to see his point total really rise in the second half.
Well, JC, I'll take the easy answer of Carson Woodall. Right now leads defenseman in scoring. He plays on one of the more dynamic duos with him and Anthony Christofor with the Windsor Spitfires. If they continue to lead the Western Conference as they do right now, you'd have to expect that Carson Woodall will continue to be one of the biggest point getters on the defensive end in the entire OHL. And I just don't know how anyone's going to usurp him, especially when he's not going to go to the World Juniors. He's not going to lose a month of time and be away from the team. So I just think he's I'll say, pretty easy pick right now. Obviously, that's with respect of we don't know if anyone's coming back from the World Juniors. I think that a guy like Zane Perek may or may not come back to Saginaw after the World Juniors. I don't know. That's just pure speculation on my part. But again, we'll just have to wait and see what the World Juniors shakes out for guys coming back or going back to NHL clubs or what have you. Now, we'll go to goalie of the year quick here, JC. I'll give you about 30 seconds to a minute. Who do you feel like is the goalie of the year, in your opinion, when the season ends?
Well, this guy's putting up Carter George numbers right now. He's the only starting goaltender with a goals against average under 2. He leads the OHL with 3 shutouts. I kind of like Joey Costanzo. I mean, obviously, he's got a great team in front of him in the Windsor Spitfires, and they're a team right now that still look as though they will take the West, although it is open. Windsor has looked very good, and in the 2 appearances we saw last week, Costanzo outplayed Carter George, a guy whose name has been thrown into rumors that Windsor might be looking for Carter George. I don't think they need to. They've already got Joey Costanzo.
Well, I'll mention it. I'll take Basin Vicari. Like you mentioned, Flint having great goaltending. He's got above 910 save percentage. I think he's got 15 wins. He's been great. If they continue to be great in the Western Conference, Basin Vicari will be the main reason. For JC Cruz, myself, Spencer Byers, stay tuned. That's our second intermission after this on Rogers TV.
Hi, I'm Michaela. I'm I'm so happy to have these prosthetic legs. I wear them every day so I can do all the things I love to do. I like to hike, skate, and do gymnastics. Because of your donations, Ramps is able to give me these devices. When you donate, you help kids like me. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Carol Merton, host of HealthLink on Rogers TV. HealthLink connects home, community, and healthcare with interesting topics and speakers about your health and your community.
Salt. Toast is burning.
Toast is not.
Every time she has a seizure, she smells something burning. Now, if we can provoke that smell by probing the surface of the brain, we'll find the source of the seizures. Mrs. Gold, do you feel anything?
I can see the most wonderful lights.
And now what do you feel?
Did you pour cold water on my hand, Dr. Penfield?
Now what?
Oh,
What is it, Mrs. Gold?
burnt toast. Dr. Penfield, I can smell burnt toast. Dr. Wilder Penfield. He cured my seizures and hundreds more. They say he drew the roadmap of the human brain. We just called him the greatest Canadian alive.
With Rogers TV, you can cheer on the home team from the comfort of your living room. We'll head to the rink, the field, the court, or the pitch, so you don't have to. Tune in and cheer on your local amateur athletes on Rogers TV.
And welcome back inside the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center. All right, we got to be quick here, so let's quickly take a look at the scoring summary from period number 2. And you can see the shots on goal favored the Erie Otters in that second period. John Banks got it started, though, for the attack. An unassisted effort for him, all alone in front of the Otters goal. And then former attack player Michael Deck scores. Misiak and Hughes drawing the assists on that one. And speaking of Michael Deck, that happens to be our play of the period.
Yeah, Michael Deck does a great job here, being able to bat this puck not once, not twice, but a third time to beat Carter George. And for that to be Carter George's only blemish tonight, JC, you have to say, pretty impressive for him and the Owen Sound attack.
I mean, that's a tough one to defend against with that bouncing puck there by Michael Deck, but really shows the talent he's got. All right, we're going to send it back to break, but don't worry, on the other side, we will have period number 3, Attack and Otters coming back. You're watching Attack Hockey on Rogers TV.
Are you a passionate content creator ready to expand your audience reach? Do you have unique stories, captivating hobbies, or special interests that deserve a spotlight? Rogers TV is here to amplify your voice within the community. We offer you the platform to broadcast your content to a wider audience. And the best part, it's completely free. Don't miss this opportunity to share your vision and engage with viewers. Find out how Rogers TV can transform your content journey today.
I love being a champ.
I am a member of the Warham's Child Amputee Program. Through CHAMP, I get the artificial limbs I need to participate in everyday activities.
I'm always growing, so I always need new devices.
Support and helpful information on living with an amputation is available to me anytime.
I get to meet other kids that are just like me.
It's your donations that make the Warham's CHAMP program possible. Thank you.
Here we go.
You can't do this, Jacques. It's never been done before.
Mr. Blake.
You can't see down with that thing.
Mr. Blake.
Jacques, what?
They're coming.
Hold him up. Find something. Jacques, I'm telling you for the last time.
Are the Canadians finished?
His plan coming back on the ice.
Come on, give us something, will you?
How many stitches? Gentlemen, please.
On November 1st, 1959, Jacques Plante of the Montreal Canadiens broke with tradition.
You're a brave man, Mr. Plant, standing up to him like that.
and changed the face of hockey forever.
And welcome back inside the Bayshore as play has just begun in period number 3. Attack and Otters on the power play. They score! Gabe Frasca takes the pass out front. And very quickly the Otters now find themselves within 1.
Gabriel Frasca gets the marker there. 16 seconds into the frame, and JC, if you look at the penalty there, it's 2:05. That only takes off the first minor. It'll still be a full 2-minute power play for this Erie Otters squad, who will have a chance to tie the game now, and that feed comes from, I believe, actually, I'm not sure exactly who got that feed, but it was a great passer from behind the net, JC, and now the Otters are inching their way closer here.
Attack now hearing footsteps behind them. And the penalty kill will have to get it done here as the Otters continue with the man advantage. Dylan Edwards now races over the line trying to get around Arnott. Edwards looks back. Oh, he'll miss that as it was out of the reach of Trevino. So Trevino back to pick it up. Takes it off a pass by Erliden. Now Trevino watched there by Crawford. Carries it over center. Trevino sends it to Deck. Now Deck had that pass blocked by the attack now. They will get possession, but only to center as Michael Deck comes back in. Otters did exactly what they needed to do, which was get that early goal. And now here's Frasca again. That shot blocked. Went off of Mbuyi's skate. Now here's the Otters. Frasca's got it in the slot, looking for Deck under his stick. Deck's got it again, though. Fed it across. It's Dylan Edwards. Top of the circle, down for Gabe Frasca behind the net. Make that Murray. Murray back on the point. Frazier to Deck. Deck trying to walk in. He'll stay on the outside as he puts it back for Dylan Edwards. Edwards now cross-ice feed there. Gabe Frasca. Frasca had it go off the stick of Arnott. Otters still have possession as Deck walks out. Save made by George. Rebound is under him. And they'll get the whistle here with 35 seconds to go on the power play.
Good save there by Carter George, who will need to stand tall here for this third period. As Erie's really played their way into this one, JC, they had a lot better second than first period, and already in this third, even though they are on the power play so far for the entirety of this beginning third period, they've looked good. Definitely more comfortable.
And playing with a lot more confidence now. And just huge has been Noah Erliden to give them this opportunity to be within a goal. Puck sent up the boards, 27 seconds to go. Frazier has it now. Stolen away by Noah Nelson, and it's a shorthanded partial break for Nelson. Nelson walks in, backhander save made by Erliden. Erliden himself tries to play it up, but it's intercepted by DeLille. DeLille now holds onto the puck, 10 seconds to go. Here's a chance out front. Nelson had it knocked away there by Frazier. Attack back to full strength now as Royston steps on the ice, and it's 5-on-5. Otters got one power play goal on that 4-minute penalty taken by former Otter Wesley Royston. Here come the attack again. Nelson sends in Nancy. Nancy drops it back. Roberts, a shot glove save down by Erliden. Does the windmill and robs Noah Roberts.
Erliden right to the bench there to grab a new twig. I'm not sure if his goalie stick broke or what, but he's going to go get his second goalie stick there as he was hot out of the blue pin after making that save.
Wow, what a start to this third period of play here. Might need some extra time in the game tonight, but still a lot of time to go before we have to worry about that. Kamzik sends it ahead. It's dumped in off the backhand by Coombs. Attack working around their zone, trying to get it out. It's stolen by the Otters. Now Coombs after it against Greenberg. Otters keep it alive. Murray gets bumped there by Sikora. Now the Otters sending it out. Intercepted by Nick Sikora. And out comes Sikora and Harry Nancy. Attack going back to work, opposite end. Greenberg now walking in. Greenberg held on, put it through the blue paint. Sikora came racing in, but it'll get ahead, and now it's a foot race. Noah Roberts will win that one and sends it back up ice, but it's stolen away by Murray. Back come the Otters again. Murray trying to feed Coombs, and getting a stick in the way there was Lenny Greenberg. Greenberg now trying to chip it ahead for Harry Nancy. Nancy gets bumped by 2 Otters, but he got the puck ahead. Jake Crawford now over the line for Sikora. Sikora walks in. Shot was blocked by Frazier. Puck in the corner. Crawford hits his man. Battle continues for this puck. Otters trying to get it out. It's held in by Bedkowski. Now John Banks, opposite side of the blue line, puts it in behind the Otters net. Crawford with it. Looks for an option. It's David Bedkowski, the captain, on the point to Crawford. There's a shot, but that's deflected wide. John Banks now looks and finds Nick Sikora. Sikora, top of the circle. Had a stick get in his way, and Otters are trying to regain control here. Kamzik's got it now. Should be able to skate this one out. Kamzik through center. Pushed it ahead for Plante. Now Plante trying to drive the net. Got a shot on. There's a loose puck, and that was blocked. Carter George made the initial save. Zarowski now opposite wing with some speed over the Otters line, but he's not going to get around his man. He was taken out by Nick Frasca. Puck back out. Rogers trying to keep it alive. He does. Opposite corner it goes. Getting there first is Caden Taylor. Taylor has it now, plays it in behind the goal. That's Noah Nelson out front. Bouncing puck went off an Otter. I think it was off of Nick Frasca. Gets a little tap from his goaltender Erliden to say, don't worry about it, I got it.
Yeah, almost a great centering pass there from Noah Nelson trying to find Zarowski, but he ends up finding Nick Frasca, and Frasca able to deflect it, but lucky for him, Noah Erliden was up to task and was able to just gobble up the loose puck there in the end.
Off the face-off, here's Mbuyi, races in. Mbuyi had 5 points the last time these two teams met, as did Harry Nancy. Not much from either of those gents so far tonight. There's a chance side of the goal. Puck in the blue paint, and it's cleared. Sharp on it there was Turner. Now in behind, Tristan DeLille moves it over to the corner. Pierce Mbuyi after it. Mbuyi bumps with Turner. Attack doing a good job cycling the puck here as they'll get it back to Elliot Arnott. Arnott, a shot through traffic. It's loose. Save is made by Erlin, and he's stretched out. The net was knocked off the mooring, and a great chance for the Owen Sound Attack to restore that 2-goal lead, but Noah Erliden has been great.
Mbuyi got forced into the net, so that I think is going to keep Erie from making a change, but what a deflection there by Wesley Royston there, and you're going to see the shot by Elliot Arnott hits Royston, who gets the next whack at it, and yeah, it looks like between Mbuyi getting forced in and hitting it off the own moorings there by Turner, it will force Erie to stay out.
Attack, keep it alive. Royston a shot, bouncing puck out front. Hit back by Gabe Frasca, and here come the Otters now. Attacking is Dylan Edwards, a shot blocker saved by George. Bouncing puck, settled down though by Royston. Attack, carry it back out through center. Mbuyi, he's got 3 Otters watching him there as they send it back, and Otter bench was hollering Owen Sound had too many men on the ice. Might have had a point, but I think they jumped off before the puck got back to the bench. There's a quick shot and a save off of Royston for Erliden. Now Erliden letting his defense get a good look up the ice as Misiak tries to take it away, and almost stolen there by Landon Jackman. Good pressure here by this attack fourth line. Otters will try again. Argett over to Hughes now. Hughes ahead. Argett backhander through the slot, and it was Noah Roberts who intercepted that for the attack. Greenberg now ahead for Easton Mikas. Already got 1 goal in this game, does Easton Mikas. But the Otters will regain puck possession and send it to the attack zone. Change being made at the Erie bench. Get a few fresh legs out. Attack happy to take some time with this puck. That's Greenberg. Ahead for Banks. Banks will get it inside the zone. Greenberg off on a change. Max DeLille takes his man out, but the Otters have the puck at center. In there is David Bedkowski to watch Caden Edwards. Banks ahead for Max DeLille. Intercepted, and here's Cooper now. That puck sent in, knocked down by a high stick. Otters have it again. Caden Edwards, a shot. Went off the shoulder of George. Might have hit his mask. It looked like it surprised him a bit. And the Attack will get a whistle here as Carter George recovered and covers the puck. We'll take a look at it on the other side. Attack hanging on to a 1-goal lead against the Erie Otters. You're watching Attack Hockey on Rogers TV.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Hi, I'm Carol Merton, host of HealthLink on Rogers TV. HealthLink connects home, community, and healthcare with interesting topics and speakers about your health and your community.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to RogersTV.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at RogersTV.com.
Tomorrow against his Erie Otters team to end the home slate against the Otters, while they go at Barrie, at Sudbury, at Sault Ste. Marie, then home against Lennon on the 17th of December, the last home game of the, I'll say, first part of the season until the 19th. They play at Kitchener, which will end the Attack slate of games before the Christmas break.
And the Northern road trip coming up next weekend for the Attack as they get a chance out front. I do believe that is the Attack Pack's first trip of the year, too. The fan club will be following the boys up to Northern Ontario. So they'll have some friendly faces on the road with them. Here comes Jake Crawford now. Edwards blew a tire. Now Crawford over the line, sends it across for Nick Sikora. Sikora tried to get in there quickly. Crawford gets bumped behind the goal. Now it's picked up by the Otters and sent out to center. Bedkowski there being watched by Michael Deck. Deck tipped that one from Bedkowski onto Carter George, who had to settle it down. Attack having a little bit of trouble getting out of their own zone with this Erie pressure. Here's Gabe Frasca now ahead of Crawford. Frasca tries to get around Banks, who threw a hit, but Frasca kept on ticking there. Attack get it ahead for Nick Sikora. Sikora is going to turn back. Didn't like what he saw up ice. Got it over to John Banks, now to Bedkowski. Bedkowski around Deck, and they're over the line. Here's Bedkowski watching for an option, finds Sikora. Sikora now top of the slot. Greenberg scores! Lenny Greenberg! Took him an extra second to settle the puck down, and that might have been enough to fake out Erliden. The Attack restore the 2-goal lead.
The leading goal scorer on the back end for the Attack. That's his 6th of the season for Lenny Greenberg. And another great pass by Nick Sikora. Skipped right by Harry Nancy and just beat the glove side there as Lenny Greenberg passed Noah Erliden. And again, 38 shots with about 11 minutes left in this game, JC. He faced a lot of rubber tonight as Noah Erliden, and I'm not sure if that one just beat him or he thought he was closer to the post than he was, but a nice shot there by Greenberg to continue his hot start here on the back end.
Here's my question. Was that intentional by Harry Nancy? Did he know that Greenberg was streaking up behind him and purposely not take that pass? I think if you ask Harry, he'll say yes, that was 100% intentional, but he is a very smart player, so would not surprise me. Here's Caden Taylor now breaking back on Zoroski, and he sent that one wide. Roberts on opposite point, bouncing puck in front. They get a chance there. Erliden made the save. They score! Noah Nelson tips it out front. make it a 3-goal lead restored for the Owen Sound Attack, who have caught the Otters flat-footed here.
Nelson with the tip. I think that was Lenny Greenberg's shot again. Taylor, I think, will collect a secondary assist there as the attack of all of a sudden just flooded the Erie Otters here, and they just haven't been able to swim away. As you see there, what a tip by Noah Nelson. They've finally gotten that point shot to go, and again, just beat Noah Erliden, who I would say had no real chance at it. That's a perfect tip by the OA, Noah Nelson.
That was the 41st shot on goal for the Attack this evening. They have restored that 3-goal lead that they enjoyed for the majority of this hockey game. So a little more breathing room now for Owen Sound. Jackman battling for it in the corner. Otters have it. They will flip it out to center. Braden Rogers after it, being watched by Hughes. Rogers stops up behind his goal. Attack now can afford to be a little more patient with the puck. Let the clock tick away. Mikas, Easton Mikas, a solid hit laid on him by Mbuyi. Carter George out to stop it. Intercepted up the boards there. That was Turner. Now the Attack battle for it. They'll get it out. Max DeLille spotted there by Jackman. Max DeLille trying to make a round sorry here. Has a hit thrown on him. Easton Mikas in to help out. Now Pierce Mbuyi. He's going to walk in. There's a shot. He scores! Pierce Mbuyi. The Otter killer with 16 points in 7 games. You can make it 17. That's his 7th goal in 7 games against the Otters.
As fast out as it was in, JC, what a shot there by Pierce Mbuyi, who creates his own space here, and beautiful picks the corner there on Noah Erliden. It might be a screen here between Mikas and Taylor, and yeah, it is. Noah did not know where that one was going, and Mbuyi makes no mistake. That's his 15th on the season for the draft-eligible prospect Pierce Mbuyi, who continues to show why, in my humble estimation, he's going to be a first-round pick in the upcoming NHL draft.
Now the goals coming in bunches now for Owen Sound. Firmly in the driver's seat once again as Wesley Royston looks at it. Now there's a shot kicked out by Bedkowski on Erliden. Bedkowski has it again, feeds Mbuyi. Mbuyi going back to work, drops it off for Royston. Royston couldn't get the puck to go. It's played back to the point. Banks ahead. Here's a chance, knocked off the stick of Royston. That was Michael Deck. The two that were traded for each other do a little battle. Now Royston again, feeds it behind the goal. Tristan DeLille. Attack playing with a lot of confidence, and they've got the momentum right now. And it's sent by the Otters down ice. Banks ties up there and wins that battle against Dylan Edwards. Royston now, other end of the ice. Avoids a check. It's picked up behind the goal. Otters trying to get it out. Kamzik had it stolen off his stick, but Gabe Frasca was there to send it down the ice. Icing is the call. Otters, they wanted to change there. They were a bit tired, but they won't be able to now. And
we'll say, sorry, JC, to interrupt you. 6 goals now means half off for the Big 6 there at Domino's. You also want to mention Max DeLille got an assist on that Mbuyi goal. That's his 2nd assist of the night for the rookie. Nice to see Max DeLille getting himself back on the score sheet, because we've seen the skill he's got on that 4th line, and it's nice to see it finally paying dividends here.
Yeah, good depth on that 4th line for the Owen Sound Attack, as a couple of their young players in Max DeLille and Landon Jackman really starting to learn this OHL game. Here's Greenberg now. Pinned there by the opposite number 23 for the Erie Otters. And Greenberg and Kamzik are still shoving each other and make that Nick Frasca. My apologies. Noah Roberts behind his goal. He'll leave it for Jake Crawford, who's going to carry this one away. Just over 7 minutes to go in regulation. Attack now enjoying a 4-goal lead. It was only a 1-goal lead shortly into this period. Otters send it down the ice. Elliot Arnott there out of the reach of Murray. Over to Braden Rogers now. Rogers ahead. Puck took a weird bounce and it's picked up by Plante. Here come the Otters. Murray now finds a man but can't make the pass through. They battle for it in front of the attack bench. It's Arnott now to Rogers. Ahead for Sikora. Make that Nancy. He was knocked off the puck. Nancy will head off on a change. Otters sending Plante ahead. That's Cole Zarowski with it now. He'll turn back to Arnott. And now he's got some trouble as Plante is checking him. Zarowski at center. Tried to play it ahead there for Taylor. That was intercepted by the Otters. Now Taylor's got it back. They battle for it in the neutral zone. Misiak across. Puck again turned over. Attack will try to gain the Otter line. Zarowski lost it, but then threw a check, and as he was prone there, Argent took a hit from Caden Taylor, and that's going to be a penalty. That's 100% a cross-checking call. And he was not in the play, so the Otters will head to the power play here. When we come back, Attack leads 6-2. We'll take one more break of the third period, and we'll be right back. You're watching Attack Hockey on Rogers TV.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Shore 6-2 now in favor of the Owen Sound Attack over the visiting Erie Otters here at the Bayshore. We'd like to thank Shorty's Grill with Friends with the media room meal again here tonight. 967 3rd Avenue East here in Owen Sound. You can visit them or call them at 519-376-0044. And JC, I know we enjoyed the media room meal as we always do here at the Bayshore.
We sure do, Spencer, and we thank the folks over at Shorty's, and also thanks to Barb, who takes care of us in the media room every night. Get a whistle here. Otters on the power play for the next minute 38 off the cross-checking call to Caden Taylor.
We'll mention, JC, during that TV timeout, they made a goalie change. Noah Erliden is out, and backup Charlie Burns is in. Burns started the last contest between these two sides, which ended, I believe it was 8-3 was the final there in favor of the Owen Sound Attack. And I'm a little surprised, 8-3 there against Erie on November 2nd. A little surprised they put in Burns, but I guess maybe resting Erliden. You think Erliden gets to start again tomorrow, JC? I guess maybe that's the bigger question now.
It is highly possible when a move like that is made.
And again, he faced a lot of rubber, did Noah Erliden.
He has had a busy night. 44 shots on goal will be likely the final stat line for Erliden, who allows 6 goals. Frasca sent it across there for Murray. Frasca now behind the goal line, trying to work it out. Attacker on them, just over a minute to go on this power play. Trevino, a shot from the point, that was blocked out front. Attack will get it out in front of their own bench. Tristan DeLille bumped with his man Trevino. The Erie bench was hollering about that, but play goes on. Dylan Edwards now for the Otters. Through center. Saw 3 red jerseys at the line. He made an extra move, and that puts Argent offside. So we'll bring the faceoff outside the zone.
Definitely a dangerous spot there for Tristan DeLille to give the hit there to Trevino, but lucky no one went down there. Trevino got straight back up. Obviously, Erie wanted the call, but I don't think Tristan was trying to send him in that way. It was just the way he turned.
Attack win the face-off. Braden Rogers sends it down the ice. About 30 seconds to go now on this power play opportunity for the Otters. Arget will dump it in. Carter George wasn't quite able to stop that up. His teammates in now trying to help get this puck outside the zone. Mbuyi drops it back. Racing in there to play it were the Otters, and that one's going to get by Arget and down the ice. 10 seconds to go now on the power play. And if they can be quick, they might have time for one last rush. Fraser sends it ahead. Mbuyi now. Noah Roberts gets possession, plays it off the glass and out of the penalty box is Caden Taylor with a partial break. And Taylor, I believe, was offside anyway. So we get a whistle there, and just 3:33 to go in the game.
Yeah, that definitely was an offside call. They're going to call it an intentional offside call, so that will send it all the way down to the Owen Sound end here.
Otters win the draw. Here's a quick chance, and that one goes wide. Bouncing puck off the glass. Otters still have control. Nick Frasca sends it in. Murray now will watch it go up the boards. Landon Jackman there to support. To Easton Mikas. With a bit of a cushion here. Of course, the fourth line will get a little bit of time. There's a quick shot save made off the stick of Cooper by Carter George. Didn't start to look like it was going to be a busy night for Carter George, but the Otters really poured it on in the second.
That they did, and kind of continued that at times in this third period, obviously, until that couple minute span there in the middle of the third period where they shipped 3 goals in about 2 minutes. But all in all, a really good game by Carter George, and I think, again, really shaping up going into World Junior Camp on the 8th.
Nick Sikora looks back, sees 2 Otters coming at him, so he plays it ahead. Now it's Harry Nancy. Nancy trying to get around Nick Frasca. Otters chip it off the boards. That's Cooper getting it out. Coombs there. Nick Frasca again plays it off the glass. Coombs tried to glove it down. Now it's sent ahead, but intercepted by Crawford. Now Nancy over the line. 2-on-1 developing here. Nancy Sikora. It was slightly behind him. That didn't allow Nick Sikora to get what he wanted on it. Under 2.5 to go. David Bedkowski just letting the clock tick down as it's picked up by Crawford. Attack rushing it over the line again. Jake Crawford has it ahead. Reaching for it there was Trevino. Otters have possession. They'll flip it out. It gets past Bedkowski, and he's got to be careful as Arget is right there with him. Bedkowski now up the boards. Oh, that's dangerous with the teammates changing. Puts them at risk for too many men, but they'll play on. Otters now trying to find puck possession. They do. Trevino plays it off the boards and out. Arnett there to play it back to Rogers and then take the return feed. Here's Mbuyi. Gets around Plante. Mbuyi over the line. Mbuyi. That was blocked by Trevino. Now in behind the goal, it's Mbuyi. Mbuyi throws a backhander out. That's intercepted by the Otters. Caden Edwards played it across the ice for Sari. Sari whips it around the boards. Carter George missed that. Plante took a slash at an attack player. He broke his stick, or it might have already been broken. Either way, the officials likely to let them play on here. Final minute. Spencer's going to head downstairs. He'll have an interview coming up as Carter George kicks that one out. 3 stars will be on the way, and Spencer likely to be chatting with a member of the winning team. 39 seconds to go. Nick Frasca ahead for Coombs. Drops that off for Murray. The Meaford product will put that in the net, in behind the net. You can bet that Murray played a lot of games here as a kid, with Meaford only being about 25 minutes down the road, and there's a chance at the side of the goal. Noah Nelson was there. Now it's Zarowski, 10 seconds to go. Attack don't want to go quietly, neither do the Otters, and a high stick catches Murray up high. I'm not sure if that was a teammate stick or an attack stick. There's a lot of action going on, but I think that they're thinking it was Cole Zarowski, and Zarowski is going to go here with 3 seconds on the clock. So we won't get out of regulation without another penalty being called. And obviously, tension's a little hot between the two benches right now. Attack would be more than happy with the puck getting dropped here, so they can tick off these last 3.18 seconds and go and enjoy the night. Both these teams will be right back at it tomorrow. And are they just going to run the clock? That's exactly what they've done. They just ran the clock, and they're going to call this game over. I think the officials kind of sensing that maybe things were possibly going to get out of hand, decided instead of playing these last few seconds, they will just run off the clock. Carter George picking up the win tonight. Will he appear again tomorrow, or is that his swan song before leaving to join Team Canada? Attack celebrating the victory, 6-2 over the Erie Otters as they salute the fans at the Bayshore on a Friday night. Stay tuned. We've got the post-game show coming up. Spencer Byers down at ice level. He will let you know who the 3 stars are coming up momentarily, and he'll be chatting with a member of the Owen Sound Attack. Attack beat the Otters. We'll do it again tomorrow night at 7. You're watching Rogers TV. We'll be right back.
Are you a passionate content creator ready to expand your audience reach? Do you have unique stories, captivating hobbies, or special interests that deserve a spotlight? Rogers TV is here to amplify your voice within the community. We offer you the platform to broadcast your content to a wider audience. And the best part, it's